Hello, everybody out there in Twitch land. I'm Carlos A.S. Lysing. I'm the owner and lead designer for Castle Entertainment, and welcome to the City of the Elder Gods playtest part 3. This is the the grand finale. I expect it to be. I want to introduce my players to you down at the bottom of the screen. Over there on my left, that's Jason Wyndham. He'll be playing Kavra, the Fist of Heronius. Over there in next to him is Keith Votek, and he is going to be playing Vesper, who is a ranger. Next to him is Steve Fritzema, who's playing Rain. Rain is a druid thief, halfling. And yes, that's Unearthed Arcana compliant for anybody who wonders. and Todd over there, Westfield and Matthews, is playing Minya, the Black Fox, who is a spellcaster. I'll leave it at that. So you guys can all be surprised when he makes his great transformation. For those of you guys who didn't get a chance to watch our first couple playtests, shame on you out there in Twitch. Here's what has happened thus far. Everybody that is playing right now is a retainer, or a man-at-arms, I should say, follower, henchman of one of the members of the Circle of Eight. Again, they're the most powerful spellcasters in the Greyhawk universe. They are, Morton Kanan is their shadowy leader. Thanks, Amanda Rue. It's like getting kissed by your sister. But they have put these guys on a mission because they have found out that a long time ago, Morton Kanan, during the context of the adventure, Morton Kanan's Fantastic Adventure, WG4, or 5, I should say, Morton Kanan ran into a spellcaster named Eli Tomarast. Him and Bigby did, anyway, underneath Mauer Castle. And for one reason or another, they have discovered that Eli Tomarast is back, and he is in search of the power of one of the students of Slorotin, the last Mages of Power, the Soul Mages of Power, who escaped the Reign of Colorless Fire and immigrated into the Flanness at the beginning of 0CY. They've entered they followed Eli Tomarast through this gateway using one of the famous octics, for those of you who are real versed in Greyhawk lore. They went into this place, and the place that they have found is a pretty fell area. It's all this weird stone construction everywhere around them. It's overgrown with this seaweed type like seagrass kind of growth, in which on the walls and the ceiling, and it seems like it's inhabited by these strange creatures that have insectoid kind of properties, but they're very alien and strange. So they're surrounded by all this, and there's also about 1.5 feet of water all over the floor, everywhere they can find it. This salt water, it's definitely seawater. It's this dark seawater. Well, the gentlemen have explored everywhere that on the first level they've fought a couple of these flying creatures. Again, it's nothing like anything they've ever seen. They're very alien and strange. But they managed to put them to the torch quite literally and freeze them. Minya did with one of her spells. Going through a couple secret doors, they fought one of the minions of Eli Tomarast, this weird spellcasting woman who, when she they managed to open up her robes, and these weird tentacles were slapping around, and these slimy, horrible things were trying to get at them. They pressed on forward and fought some ghouls, were able to defeat them, and finally they reached an unopenable door. Now, for those of you guys who know about Mauer Castle, you know that the unopenable doors are these Abdurium, this absolutely invincible material that does not open almost to any source. Well, this one was kind of half open. They went in there, and the demon Curzit, the major demon, who was Eli Tomarast's, one of his summoned allies. He's known for being summoned through the Tome of the Black Heart. They fought him, and they were able to defeat him, fortunately for them. And Unfortunately, through that, Rain's animal companion, her jaguar, was killed, snapped in half by the horrible creature. But they managed to recover the Tome of the Black Heart, the Tome of the Black Heart that actually summons him. The Tome of the Black Heart. Oh, thanks, Todd. Was able to through it. They found out that there are two parts that are necessary to go from this weird place, which is supposedly called the Conduit for some reason. Um, it's like this thing is like a major transportation locus that goes to another area further. Now, whether or not Eli Tomrast has been able to use the conduit to go to this next destination is in question at this point. So, I think that's a good catch up for everybody. Everybody's in the middle of the room, as you can see. It's on the map right now. I need to know what you guys want to do at this point. This area is dry, as you remember, because you had to ascend some stairs to get here. Curzit is in the middle of the room, dead. The jaguar is snapped in half. You have put her in a bag of holding, as I recall her body. And our caller at this point, as I recall, was Rain. So, Rain, what is the party going to do?
Correct. I wanted to check and see how injured everyone is after that fight with Curzit.
Okay, well, what I have here is you guys actually did do some healing at the end of that fight, as I recall. Kavra was a little bit banged up right now. Minya took some heat in that one, but she's healed right now, as is Vesper. Minya was able to heal herself through her shape changing.
Okay. I'm down 11. I'm going to save my own shape changing for depending on what we run into.
Fair enough.
I'm going to give myself one of my Cure Light wounds.
Okay.
Because I'm small and down 11.
Rain, go ahead and please roll me an 8-sided dice.
5.
All of you are able to see Rain. She's pretty dinged up. You can see the frustration, the anger on her face from her animal companion being killed. She's pulling out some moss and what looks like mistletoe, putting it all over her wound. This greenish glow surrounds her hand for a moment as she touches it, and you can see the grass and the moss actually grow and knit into her flesh, making a patch over it. And after a while, the moss kind of gets really lush, and it's like it goes through the 4 seasons super fast. Eventually, it kind of goes blackened, and as it falls off, there's nothing but skin beneath it, all healed there. So, yeah, give yourself that +1, Rain, for your.
Oh, okay.
So please let me know what you guys are going to do.
I'd like to see if I can retrieve my arrow sling.
Okay. Before we go any further, does anyone have a TV or something on in the background that I can hear a little bit of a feedback from?
My wife and my daughter were speaking in the other room. They're going to quiet down.
I got you.
That might actually be my AC.
Okay, no problem. I just wondered. It's fine. Because, yeah, I hear a little bit of... I think it's an echo, actually, now, but that's okay. Oh, I see what it is. I think
I'm in the cone of silence.
I think it's me, actually. I'm following the Twitch in this, so I'm echoing myself. Thanks, Amanda, for telling me that. Okay, anyway, so you're healed up for that bit of hit points there, Rain, and what are you going to do from there?
Anything else to search on Curzit's body?
Curzit has no equipment at all. He was, he's a demon. He's laying there naked in the middle of the floor. But fortunately for you guys, it's not as horrific as you might as it might sound at first. But okay. I did mention you did find when you were in there the book,
right?
The Tome of the Tenebrous Heart was in the corner of the room, and Minya had already looked through it at the risk of her sanity, as you may recall.
Yeah. Anything else in this room?
No, that's about it.
Okay. I recommend that we head south, and as I recall, there was a staircase which brought us back down into the water, so we'll resume heading south on the magic carpet.
Okay. You guys summon the magic carpet back out. Who is all riding on the magic carpet?
Did we search around the outskirts of this room for any... secret? Okay.
Yeah, nothing that you
can... sorry, I didn't hear Carlos before. Am I able to retrieve the arrow?
Yes, you are able to retrieve the arrow.
Cool.
So Vesper was doing a really good job driving. as I recall.
Okay, so Vesper is going to be on the carpet. Okay, and who else is going to join Vesper?
I will, definitely.
No, definitely, yeah.
Everybody, Jason, are you going to? Is Kavra going to be on the carpet, or going to go by herself?
Yeah, I'll be on the carpet.
Oh, gentlemen, one other thing that's in play right now. I'm looking at our Twitch right now, and you guys are gaining some bonuses from the crowd out there. In particular, Mark Clover just donated some healing to everybody. Steve, take yourself back 1 hit point, and Rain, get yourself back 1 hit point, please.
Thank you.
So anyway, I'm sorry. One more time, Cover. Did you say you were going to be on the carpet or not?
Yes.
Okay, Cover is going to be on the carpet. So you guys are going to take the carpet, and as you can see on the screen right now, we're going to drive you south with the magic carpet. You go past the unopenable door, and as you guys remember, may or may not remember, I should say, the area past that was this concentric, these rooms of concentric circles that were almost frictionless in nature. So you continue down through there, passing through. Hey, Valkyria, thank you so much for following us. We appreciate it. This is the room going past forward there, where you killed the, where you managed to slay the follower of
Priestess.
the priestess, right? You're continuing on forward through there. Oop, wrong one.
During this time, I'll just make a note to kind of quietly just mention to Rain, just as I kind of look over strategy, I will have to be creative for our next 2 battles if we are to continue at the rate that we are, just as a note.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. The first stairway that you're going down here with the carpet, as you recall, is still a dry one, all right? Because this is the area right over here where the priestess truly was. The circular one up there was where the gnolls were, or excuse me, the ghouls were. Forgive me. And you're going to continue.
Yeah,
down
there was that weird shaft of light that we skirt.
Exactly. And you're continuing down further, and now you're at the area where the stairway begins and the water takes over again. You'll continue down further?
Yes, as I recall, there was a corridor that ran east that we
You
decided
are correct,
to skip.
and I will take you to that corridor going forward.
Yeah.
The magic carpet continues on to the south. This magic carpet is really useful, man. Okay, so anyway, you guys go down to that area, and that is where the corridor bending east goes. You can see about 30 feet down there. As I mentioned before, this weird conduit, and now that you're in this area, okay, it bears mentioning that, once more, remember, for those of you guys who didn't tune in last time, shame on you again, the light in the air is strangled almost completely. No matter what light source you use, it seems just like it's really, it's darker than it should be. So your light only extends maybe about 30 feet on every side, and it kind of dies out quickly after that. This is that corridor that had that weird whispering that you guys could hear in it. That's the susurruses of all the sounds. It sounds like this rushing air, these ghostly kind of noises in here. It seems to come from everywhere at once, all around you, swirling. You can feel little eddies of the wind in your hair. The weird growth on the walls is kind of ruffling a bit. The water that's all over the bottom of the floor, you see these little ripples on the surface of it. Will you continue down further east, Rain?
Yes, about 30 feet.
Vesper, you go ahead and you drive the carpet continuing down there, down to the 30 feet down the hallway. And as you do so, you come to what looks like a T intersection. You get about there. The carpet comes to right about the T intersection. You can see the alcove there at the end of the hallway, and you can see to your right going down, which is southward on my map. You can see that the hallway continues down into darkness.
Can we tell that the air is coming from either the north or the south?
As you go further down, the air ceases and it becomes dead still in this area again. It seems like the air was some kind of an effect that was it was intrinsic to the hallway that you were in before. It was just localized there. Now that you're out of there, you can just feel maybe a little bit of pressure from behind you, the barest bit of it, because the air has to go somewhere, obviously. And but yeah, that's about it.
Do you think we should go back and poke through the vegetation to see if there's an opening?
Much as I love those creepy worm things, that's really going to have to be our only choice.
Well, we'll go back if we run into a dead end.
Okay.
But
Good plan.
Keep in mind that there might be something behind the vegetation in that hallway somewhere. Okay. Minya, would you mind sharing what spells you have remaining so that we can possibly plan a combo effect, so to speak, if we do run into Eli? As we know, okay. Vesper has a Dispel Magic scroll. I have an intrinsic Dispel Magic. I have a Potion of Invisibility at my hip, and I have a Potion of Stone Giant Strength left, which I can use. I have a Javelin of Lightning, and I have that Dispel Magic and my handy-dandy Rope of Entanglement.
Keep in mind, Rain, you are being a druid. You're very familiar with the natural ways, and you don't have to be a scientist to know this. With all the water that's on the ground in here, the Javelin of Lightning will have a greater effect when thrown here. However, it very well may harm your teammates if they're also in the water.
Yep.
Just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, I saved them for Kavrat for that reason.
Okay.
Okay, so what I meant by creative, we have an Ice Storm, got a D-Door, I got a Charm Monster, a Slow, most importantly is the Dispel Magic. So I have that, and I also have one on a scroll, because I have this feeling, whatever is going to, if we could just blanket him with a couple Dispel Magics and get through, I think it's going to give us the chance to defeat him. Creative-wise, kind of weird, but I have 2 sleeps, so
I also have a sleep available.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Kavra has her trusty flaming blade in her hand, so that's magic you guys can use too.
Yeah, exactly. That works.
It's a little more direct.
So if we want, I just figured out if we want to rip down or use something to, and I kind of felt like it was going to be my big gun is the Conjure Elemental, Para Ice Elemental, but on the other hand, being that I have an aversion to creepy little leech-like things getting on me, maybe we use the Para Elemental to rip down the whatever you call it, seaweed tentacle stuff with little aliens in there.
Let's come back to it if we need it.
Yeah,
But,
I don't know. This place is so thick with that stuff and soggy. It'll take forever.
And I like having a now that we've lost our Panther, may she rest in peace, having a 5th fighter in the ultimate battle if we need it. I would like to explore north, please.
Okay. You've also been given a couple gifts of healing while you guys have been gone, so when you start getting hurt again, they will be taking over. And somebody also gave you a treasure boost at the end of the module for anyone who survives. Okay.
I'm sorry, I am currently down 12. I didn't want to make a big deal before.
In that case, Vesper, give yourself back 3 hit points, Vesper.
Cool. Because I was assuming I was doing better off than the druid.
Which way would you guys like to go then? North, you said?
North, please.
Okay. The party goes north on the magic carpet and reaches the corner over here. And when you do, You guys see Demogorgon appear. No, I'm just kidding. No.
All right,
It's
let's go.
it's not quite that bad, believe me. The corridor continues down into darkness a little bit further. Will you continue to go down there?
I'm just glancing west for a minute.
Okay.
Anything in that alcove?
Okay. There's nothing in the alcove that you can see. The vegetation is very thick there. It looks to you, there's something kind of like, it's kind of like bulged out a little bit. Like there's something underneath it, under the vegetation. Something that looks like a body. Vesper, give yourself 2 more health points, please.
Cool. Okay.
Thank you, Amanda Rue. I'm sure he's happy. So, yeah, it looks like there's a body maybe underneath there. Maybe something that got too close to it. Maybe a trap. Maybe a creature. It's hard to tell. It's not moving towards you. It's just sitting there, quiescent.
It doesn't have like a gaping hole in its back.
No,
like
not
it's been
yet.
Now, right?
Not yet. No, it's
Who
too
had
close
that
to see
light
because
cast?
it's all covered by the vegetation.
Odd, but the ribs are spread out like something came from inside of it.
Yeah, peering close.
Yeah, Rain, as you're continuing down with this and looking at this, and it's all quiet, your group is just kind of floating over the water. It's occurring to you and Vesper, both of you, if it hadn't before, it's so terribly alien, the vegetation here. Even though this is seaweed, this is not normal seaweed. Rain, 4 more hit points for you.
Gee, thank you.
2 more for Vesper. Everybody's emptying the tank for you guys. They want you guys to win this. Okay, so you guys will run out soon. Don't worry, players. Anyway, so it's very alien. It seems very strange. Like it's like there's it's definitely not from Earth.
Right.
Okay, continue on forward, or are you going to go back to investigate the body?
I would just like to, Kavra, do you have your halberd currently flaming?
I that's what you guys were seeing by, I thought. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kavra,
Exactly.
could you please check that out and just illuminate that and see if we can, without touching it, see through the vegetation over there?
Yeah.
Okay, Kavra, you're the one that's been mostly trudging through this water, and when you get down back into the water, your feet are soaked through your boots. The bottom of your pantaloons are soaked through there. You're fortunate that you're used to hardship, so it's really not that big of a deal for you, as it might be for some of the others. So it's probably a good thing that they did this. But going back to the area. Give me just a moment here, folks. Let me get you over here. Okay, there we go. You are over there in the corner now with the body as you go, and you can, by the way, see the map response a lot better. I've got a couple things going on now for that, so thank you for play testing that for me too, guys. So anyway, you're in the looking at the body, and what it looks like to you, Kavra, is it looks like a knoll might have gotten too close to something over in this corner, or maybe was cornered at one point here and died, because it's a dead knoll. Its body is desiccated. It's all covered in salt deposits. The weird seaweed has grown like through its flesh and out through its eye. You see part of its rib cage caved in. As you get closer with the flame, something skitters away in its rib cage deeper into the vegetation. It's quite dead.
All right. Then we will keep moving.
Yes, let's keep moving eastward.
Okay,
Just a quick question. Any idea how long that thing's been laying there?
Kavra, if you had to guess, you'd say it's probably been a couple months.
Months for sure.
So it hasn't been picked completely clean.
Minya, could you please roll me a 20-sider?
Absolutely. Oh, 3.
Minya. Something about that doesn't quite read right to you. You've got the highest intelligence in the group, so it really struck you first. If it's been there a couple months, Eli and his group supposedly only got here a couple weeks ago. So that right away strikes you as strange.
Well, weren't we told that in these planes of wizards' creations that time is not necessarily the same?
It did, and this is probably evidence of it. Yes.
Mhm.
Just want to throw that out there, let you guys know.
I'll I'll articulate that.
Okay.
Just letting everybody know. Just it's odd that it's been that body has been decaying for a long time, but they only relieve. So wait a minute. How could that benefit us, or how could that be negative to us? That means time is passing. What, 6 weeks, 3 weeks faster? No, you said
Probably.
months.
At least at a different rate.
Well, that means I've slept a couple times then, so my spell should be back, right?
Nice.
Nice try.
Well, that's the way to game it, Todd. I like it. Okay, Ray, what are you going to do, buddy?
We're going to keep going east.
Kavra, are you going to get back onto the carpet or not?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, Kavra gets back onto the carpet, and the carpet begins to move forward once more. You guys move forward with the carpet. And as you do, you see ahead of you 2 sets of stairs where the intersection tees off, okay? The one to the north relative to you is going down. The one going to the south is going up and terminates in a door. The door is not one of those crazy unopenable ones. This one seems to just be made of salt-covered, looks like maybe wood. It's all warped out and it looks like it's been swollen before. Vesper, please roll me a 6-sider.
So the ones that are going down, so I'm assuming then that those are going under that we're seeing a little bit of it under the water level, and that we need to be going underwater to.
Yes, you're right. As it goes down, it goes your vision follows them probably about maybe 7 to 10 feet before they disappear underneath the murky black waters. Vesper, something that you notice about the door ahead of you. Obviously, it has been swollen up since it was made by whatever humidity and the salt and everything on it. But as you look at it, the hinges are free of salt, and someone has filed off the bottom of the door. It's been opened very recently, as in today at some point, probably.
Okay, and I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
I
thought you said you rolled a 1.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
okay,
I wasn't sure if
I was going to say, that's why I'm telling you this. Oops.
You rolled a 20, what?
Okay, yeah, that's what you got.
So we'll take the carpet over to the bottom of the stairs that go up.
Okay, the carpet
And
follows.
Rain would like to creep up to the door and listen at the door.
Okay. Rain, you go ahead and you listen to the door. Rain, could you please roll me a percentage dice, please?
10.
10. What, as in 10?
Yes.
Okay. This is what you guys get out of this. You listen to the door. You put your ear real close to it. And you hear this sound in there that sounds like this growling. A low kind of a sinister growl. And every once in a while, a couple chitters, like giggles. You're sure, based on your experiences earlier, that this is some of the gnolls that you saw. What would you like to do? It sounds to you can make out 2 distinct voices, at least.
I go back to the group and say, I think it's Knowles, and this might be a great application of one of your sleep spells, Minya.
Out of that growl, I was thinking I didn't hear anything. No. Maybe we should go check that other door. I think that might be a wise move.
Okay.
We're not likely to encounter anything else that might be susceptible to sleep.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna notch an
Very good.
arrow about now.
That's a good
Yeah.
idea. You knock that arrow over there. You're getting ready for it. Kavra, please tell me what you'd like to do. Are you going to stay on the carpet? Or are you getting off of it?
I will dismount and move up and be ready to provide support and keep anything that comes at the group at distance.
Kavra, you're right over there on the screen, and I'm going to move everybody into position right now as to where they are. Todd, you're still on the carpet, as
Yep.
I have it. As is Keith is also on the carpet as we speak with an arrow knocked, and Rain is
Checking the door for traps.
checking the door for traps. So you're right ahead of her. Okay,
How high is the ceiling in here?
about 10 to 15 feet, you figure. Now, keep in mind that you two that are on the stairs, Steve and Jason, it's dry. Your feet are dry, right there, which is nice. But Vesper, your eyes kind of fall to that, and you can see footprints going in and out of this door now. That your eyes are looking down to the stairs, because the wet footprints track back and forth.
Right.
Yeah, these footprints are pretty big. It's definitely null size to you.
Are any of the footprints still wet?
Yes.
Oh, so this might be in the last hour.
Yes.
Right. So I'm gonna elevate us a little over behind, so Minya, and I can kind of like have overhead firing.
Okay. Yeah. You go. You raise up. That's a great idea. All right.
And I'll be
Kavra,
crouching, checking for traps with Kavro behind me.
please roll me a percentage dice, Ryan.
39.
Okay. Checking for traps. It looks like this door is in such condition right now. It looks like they tried to trap it at one point in time. You can see that some marks have been made around the handle of it where they might have tried to apply something to it. But you think that the door was in bad enough condition that they just couldn't get it to take, because it doesn't look like it looks like they abandoned the idea. There's no trap that you can find.
Okay. Minya, you've got that spell ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay.
I check to see if the door is locked, and if it's not, I open it. If it's
Okay,
locked,
the door
I'll pick
feels
it.
like to you, you put your hand on it, the door does not feel like it's locked to you. And you go ahead and you throw it wide open. When you do, this is what you see inside.
Hey, Vesper, are you still hurt?
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit, probably not too much. Okay, as you do that, inside of this, you see a trio of gnolls that are inside of there. Please roll me a D8 Vesper, and everybody else roll me a D6. Vesper.
Got a 5.
Vesper, you get 3 back again. You go ahead and you roll a 5. Please, everybody else, roll me a 6. What do you have? 1 for Rain, 1 for Kavra, 1 for Minya. The gnolls are currently surprised. Please, Rain, you get Minya, since you had an extra prepared, you and Vesper go first.
Ooh.
Minya,
Right.
you will begin to cast sleep.
Cracking off sleep.
Okay. Vesper, are you going to fire, or are you going to wait until the spell takes?
Being that I recognize sleep because I have that, I
Yep.
will wait. And if anybody seems to not take effect, they're going to get lit up.
Kavra, you are close, as is Rain. Are you going to enter the room, or are you going to hold your position? Rain, you're
Waiting
small
for
enough that
the-
if you wanted to fall back behind Kavra, you could.
I'm going to move to Kavro's side, and I'm going to hold.
Okay. Go ahead, Kavra, what are you going to do?
I will step to the doorway, so I'm actually not entering the room, but fully at the doorway.
Yep. That's why I have you right now on the screen.
There we go.
Kavra's kind of like, you're kind of
But
poking
making
around
sure-
the sides.
Make sure I'm not going to get in the way of the magic.
Okay. Minya, you guys all watch Minya. She holds up her hands kind of in kind of a cup position. inside of it, where there was nothing before, there's this snow that's in there, and it's whirling around with a little tempest atop of it. Here, see him put his hands up to it and blow across the snow into the room, and this gust of snowy air just kind of fills the room. One of the gnolls, the one that's in the left-hand side relative to you, collapses unconscious. The other two are still standing. Vesper, you now have a move. What will you do?
All right. Am I within 30 feet from them?
You are within 30 feet of one of them.
Okay. I will put 2 into that one and 1 into the other.
Okay, please roll me 3 20s. There's resolve, yes.
Okay, so AC 2, AC -2, and an AC 1.
Okay, that is hit, hit, and hit. Please roll me 3 6s.
All right, so 12, 13, 14. Okay, so the first 2 hits will be 16.
Okay.
And the last guy will take 3.
It's a +2 armor class bonus to you for this encounter, Kavra. Okay, Vesper, this is what you guys see. Kavra, you're standing there at the front of the door. Arrows come whistling over your shoulders, and it hits the first gnoll. He barely has time to turn around. One of them goes right through the eye socket, out through the back of the head. The other one, as his mouth roars open to make a noise, the other one just goes right through the mouth, and you see him drop to the ground like a cut marionette, just gore all over one of the walls. Which, by the way, now that you're this close, notice that it is actually the room is cleared. There's no vegetation on the walls at all. The third gnoll wears an arrow now in his shoulder, roars out in pain, reaches down to grab like a flail of some kind. Kavra, it's your turn. You're close enough you can engage.
Just before you go, can he make a save versus
spell?
spell?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. I almost forgot. I always forgot that ability. And that's a make, so go ahead. Yep. You almost got the hat trick there.
I know. Finally get to use it.
Kavra?
You're muted.
Muted,
Jason.
bud.
Yep. These guys are medium, correct?
Yes, they are.
All right. So I will step over to the one that is left and see how he likes a flaming
Halberd.
halberd. Thank you. There we go.
Go ahead and roll me 2 20s.
Yep. Just getting my numbers real quick. So AC 0 and AC -5.
Oh, wow. Okay, roll me your damage, please.
So the first one is going to be 13.
Ouch.
The second one is max at 18.
Oh, man. Okay, this is what you guys see. Vesper, the arrow hits him in the shoulder. Kavra comes up right behind it. The first shot, she just cleans his clock out with the back of the halberd and uses the leverage to come forward and lops his head clean off. Rolls onto the ground. This gnoll head just hits the water, I should say the dry ground once, and just kind of rolls to a stop against the wall. All 3 of them dead.
Stick my tongue out at the head.
The head does nothing back to you. It's just
Yes.
staring up at the ground, at Kavra right now. Its hair is a little bit on fire right now at the side of it. It's furry.
So, we have a peacefully sleeping gnoll that might be
You
able
have
to
a
give
peacefully
us
sleeping
some
gnoll.
information.
Yeah, the peacefully sleeping gnoll is just kind of is just snoring, laying there.
So I do have a charmed person. And I'm going to recommend Kavra. Could you back me up just in case the spell doesn't take?
Yep.
And let's wake this one up and then see if we can make it our friend and maybe our guide through some of this dungeon.
Okay.
But do you want to tie him up first? Because if you charm him and it works, we can say, "Hey, we found you like this," and Let us untie you, friend.
That's a great idea.
I woke up like this.
Yeah. So I don't have any rope, but I do have a special rope of entanglement that I can just use to.
Yes,
But
you
then
do.
no, that'll be attached to me. That would blow our cover, so someone else would need to tie him up.
Okay.
I have some rope I can pull and lift off.
Let's go hide. Let's go hide the bodies of his friends too.
Okay. Where are you guys going to hide them?
Down where we saw the corpse on the wall.
Okay. So you're going to just stuff them into the wall?
It's stuff them down the end of that hallway.
Who's going to do that?
Who can pick these guys up? They're 8 feet.
Well, if you lift them on the carpet, I can shuttle them down there.
Yep. Could be done.
Okay.
Okay. Vesper is doing that is it's doable. It's just it's kind of creepy getting in there and dealing with the horror of the things skittering around in the walls. But besides that, nothing really happens.
Maybe they'll like us because we're bringing them food.
You're able to stow the bodies in there. Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to have you guys in the room, and you'll tell me if your positions are in any bad places there. But you go ahead, and you're going to tie him up. The Convert goes ahead and binds him. And Rain, you said you're going to cast a spell on him?
I'm going to wake him up.
Okay.
Gently, very soothingly.
Uh-huh.
And
you guys start to wake him up.
And then go charm person.
As soon as his eyes open, you blast him with the charm. You blast him in the eyes with the charm, and he sits there and he just looks at you with this blank look on his face. It looks like, it's almost like he's got concussion face. When you hit somebody, when you see somebody with a concussion and they're just almost like looking right through you. He just kind of stares at you.
What's your name, friend?
Just drooling down his face. Just staring at you. It looks to you like something has happened to this guy mentally, that he's screwed up. It might
Must
be
have had
what,
a DSP potion.
it might have been what happened to Minya before, actually.
Yeah. I was curious. I was thinking of charm, but it may not do anything if the brain's just scrambled.
Yeah. Extort, by the way, that's exactly what this is. Somebody, one of our viewers has said Carlos is channeling his hockey career. That's total PCS. I know all about it. So anyway, he needs the dark room right now. So you guys are looking at this guy. He's just kind of staring right through you, drooling. Things that you notice about him: he's got a coin purse on his hip. He's got this weird fetish around his neck in which there's this eye in it and there's owl feathers that hang from it. It's definitely not Nolish.
This guy's not going to help. Hey, guys, this guy's not going to help us.
No.
Kavra, can you do the honors, please?
Coup de grace, Kavra?
Yep, happily.
Okay. Kavra goes ahead and coup de grace the gnoll. He's standing there just looks up at her, and then he's looking no more. Dead.
Let's search this room.
Please roll me everybody a 6-sider.
Out of 2.
Okay. 2. 4.
4.
Okay, you guys don't really see anything else in this room that seems to be of any interest or use to you. The middle of the floor has been, there's bones that are laying in there. It's kind of piled into the center. Oddly enough, the room doesn't really smell like a gnoll den, like urine and fecal matter, some of you who are more experienced with gnoll dens can relate. It seems like they must go somewhere else. This is probably just an out room to them. Kavra, your experience with humanoids is such that this is definitely a sentinel outpost to you, not where they dwell. Well, that means to you that there's probably more close.
Mm-hmm. We'll search the bodies.
Okay. The first one that you find has a leather purse at its side, and you find some silver clinging around in there. Another one has a change purse in there, and you see a little bit of gold. couple electrum pieces in there. The one that you just killed, Kavra, it has in its changed purse no coinage at all, but there's a small ruby that's laying in there. And he might have been the leader, because not only does he have the most valuable trinket in there, but he's wearing that weird fetish.
Okay, he was the only one with that fetish?
Indeed.
Okay.
It looks to you, your guess is that he must have found it either in here or from somewhere else that they had looted, because it's certainly not culturally Nolish.
I will take the fetish and put it in my pouch of accessibility.
Okay. As soon as you pick it up, I need you to make me a saving throw. No, I'm just kidding. You go ahead and you pick it up and you put it in your pouch. No big deal.
Okay.
Are you guys going to take the coinage?
The pouch of accessibility, that puts it into another plane or something, right? Because you said it has an eye on it?
Yeah, it does.
Huh.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you go ahead and put it.
Yeah.
It looks like upon deeper inspection, the owl feathers that are there, it looks like it's shaped to be the eye of an owl.
So someone could be looking
I will say
through it.
Right as you're putting that away, I'll say, well, I feel pretty good, being that I have all of my strongest spells. Mm-hmm. Let's keep going.
Okay. Put it away in there. All right.
Your acting skills are marvelous.
So what's the play? I don't remember putting that in her non-weapon proficiency, so that character's weapon proficiency, so that works out pretty well.
I could transform into something that could breathe underwater, but I'm not interested in going down that staircase alone. I'd like to go back around and explore that south passageway first.
Okay.
And if we have to go underwater, we will.
Will we be on the magic carpet when we do this?
Yes, please.
Okay.
With Vesper steering.
Vesper, you're driving on forward with the magic carpet. It seems to respond well to you. And as you're going further and further driving with it, it seems like you're getting better with it, too. I mean, it just seems like magic carpets almost tend to have a personality in themselves. So as a consequence of that, it's just easier to steer it. It seems like it relates to you a little bit better. You go further down the hallway to the south, as you mentioned. And I'm going to put you right there for the time being. And this is what you see. You see an alcove that ends here. And you see a hallway that breaches out to the, by my perspective, to the east. But to your perspective, it would bend to the left. The hallway, the alcove that's there, is covered in vegetation, again. It looks like it's thinner vegetation from this distance than the rest of the areas, but that's what you see.
Now, any movement in the water, we're hovering over it.
No, there's no movement in the water. It's perfectly still right now.
We'll move up to the intersection.
Okay. You go ahead and you move up to the intersection. Vesper and Kavra, please roll me 6-siders.
2.
Okay. Kavra.
4.
Okay. Vesper, the end of this corridor, the thinner the nature of the overgrowth tends to lead you to believe that would be a great place to hide a secret door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will call that out and say perhaps we should, cover up. Maybe you could poke around a little bit with the
flaming weapon.
Little Cabra gets volunteered for this stuff left, right, and center. I love
Just a suggestion, friend.
Okay. Cabra, you going to ahead and do that?
Yep, it is my lot in life.
You go over towards the end to the alcove to do that, and you start to poke around in there. And as you do, you hear things skittering away into the vegetation, away from the flame as you go in there. The wall seems pretty solid to you behind there. I could.
Can you
there's
please
nothing.
clear it off, Kavra? Clear some of the vegetation off with your flaming weapon, and then I'll check out the door.
I just want to say there's nothing obvious here, but yeah, let me clear a path for you and let you see if you can take a little closer look.
Okay, you guys go ahead and you cut it out a little bit more, and what you see at the end of the hallway, there is a large X that's been drawn in the middle of the wall there. I need Minya, please, to roll me a 20.
I'd like to dedicate this one to my wife Nina and daughter Melody, who are downstairs right now, and every time I do something, they say, "Stop touching your nose." So, so this 20 I'm rolling is for them. Let's get good.
Oh, I love it.
It's a 17.
Are you sure we're not related to that my wife isn't related to them, because she's always giving me cues to stop picking at your ears or something.
Yeah.
So anyway, a bit of back knowledge. Soul architecture.
Oh.
Being a wizened sorcerer. This was a mark that was often used in Soul architecture for something that they were going to build. It was like this plan here, but it looks like something was never actually done. Mark, yeah, I got one in my fandom too, Mark Clover. So okay, so what are you guys going to do?
X marks the spot. So
X marks the spot.
let's give it a search over. I think there's something.
I will check it for traps.
Okay,
And
please
look
roll
for
me a
edges on it.
percentage dice. Six-sider Vesper.
I got a 53.
4.
Vesper, as Rain is going ahead and checking, you guys are all being very quiet. The light is kind of crackling and moving around at the end of the halberd as she's checking. You hear sounds splashing coming up the hallway towards you from the south, from that bend on the south.
I think we got incoming. South side, moving through the water.
I will move to intercept.
Okay. Kavram gets up off of the carpet. Stand up and be counted, Kavra. There you are. And you move right to this corner. I would assume to look around it, yes?
Yep.
Okay, Kavra, you go ahead and you do that. You look around the corner. And as you do that, what you see down the hallway is a little bit of motion coming towards you. You're aware of the fact that the light is going to give away your position, okay, from where you are, because whatever's moving was moving in the dark. You see these glowing kind of reddish eyes that look like those gnolls before, and you can hear this chittering noise from the thing. As soon as it sees your light, your little bit of flame, you hear the splashing start to run away back down the hallway.
I am going to
Pursue?
yes.
Okay. Kavra, you go ahead and you take off.
Let's go with them.
And just a reminder, I do have the ring of free action.
You do have the
So
ring of
being
free
in the water shouldn't slow me down.
Okay. You are running down there.
We're flying after him.
Okay. Kavra, you are doing that. Everybody else is moving. You're right here right now when Kavra goes ahead and sees what she sees. Kavra.
Rain, you think we have incoming because we found that X?
No, I think it was incoming just because they live in this place.
Kavra, the splashing is coming from from the area to your on the map onto the east. This area out there, and it is whatever splashing ran into there, and it's splashing violently in there right now.
All right.
Like it's still running hard. You got to follow it around the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, you follow around the corner. come around the corner. You hit this edge. Carpet hits this edge right by here. Kavra, you go ahead and you go in there, and you see a large room, okay? Like, just like that. It's nice and square, okay? And it has an alcove on the top of it. All right?
All right.
Inside of this area, as far as you can see anyway, you see at least 4 gnolls in this area that are waiting for you because this one lured you into here as kind of a move. I need you to roll a 6-sider, or first an 8 and then a 6, please.
All righty. So we got a 6 on the 8.
Okay, that's no surprise for you. That's a good thing.
And a 6 on the initiative.
Oh, man.
Yep. Oh, well.
And here I thought I was actually going to get to surprise you. Okay, so anyway, I was going to get to lead off with an attack, I meant. Okay, Kavra, then go ahead and you may go first. Please tell me what you're going to do.
Can I reach any? So number one,
I'm putting them on the map right now. You'll have
all right.
Forgive me.
So while you're doing that, have I been able to hear the others behind me? Do I know that I have backup?
You do know you have backup. You can't
right.
hear them. You cannot hear them, but you know you have backup just from the sense of their presence. You guys have fought together a little bit now. You kind of know how they act. So you're pretty sure that they would have followed you back here?
Jump on the rub.
There we go. Okay, there's 1. There is 2. And here is 3. Okay, so here's what you got. Kavra. You got your 3 gnolls in here, and there is 1 that you know is back in that alcove. You can't see him because where he's hiding. You get to go first, though. Please go ahead and let me know what you want to do.
All right. I will go ahead and swing. We'll start with the one in the upper left-hand corner.
Okay.
If I have to step a little further in, I will.
Okay.
But I think I should be able to reach him thanks
You
to the
will.
halberd.
Yes, you will, and you can go ahead and just basically bank this corner and engage in melee. Please roll me a 20.
All right, so first attack. It's only going to be an AC 2.
Okay, that is actually a hit, though, still. Please do roll me damage.
Okay,
Meanwhile,
max damage, which is going to be 18, I believe.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
you hit
his
him.
medium is 18.
You hit him with the halberd. And as soon as you hit him with the halberd, you catch his arm. He drops his bow into the water, makes this horrible noise. They all start laughing, that horrible madcap laughter. Kavra, Vesper, and Rain, and Minya, I need all of you guys to make me a saving throw while I attack you.
Do I get my second attack?
You do get your second attack. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No worries. So he's not down.
He's not dead. You hurt him bad, though.
All right, I'm going to finish him off. No, I'm not. That'll be a 1 on the die roll. So I will
you miss. Okay, you miss him clean. No fumble, so don't worry about that. This is Gygaxian, so no problem there. You miss him with the weapon. I need everybody, like I said, to roll me a 20 for a saving throw.
Man. Versus
Spells, please.
damn it.
Oh, that's not my favorite. That's a 2.
Okay.
Crap.
Anybody else fail that save?
I missed by 1.
Oh
missed
boy,
by
anybody
4.
else miss that save?
12. I just made it.
Oh, I do.
Kavra missed it as well.
Oh, I love it.
Did any of the people on Twitch give us a plus to save?
Nobody gave you a plus to save on Twitch.
And they even give us a +6 to save.
I just need a 1.
Okay, so we're gonna go with who's the first one that missed the save now?
How about that's me?
Okay. The laughter of these gnolls. There's something in the quality of it as they're giggling that it's it's doing something to you. It's like unhinging something inside of your mind, and there's something. Your fellows. You look back at them for a second, and they've got these horrible creatures that are crawling out of their eyes. They're crawling out of their mouths. Those weird things that were in the thing. You've got to kill them before they get to you. Who else missed the save?
Wait, I gotta kill my friends or the things crawling out?
No, you got to kill your friends.
Oh, that's us. Oh boy.
Who else is next?
That's excellent.
That's where I failed.
Kavra, you're next. Kavra, the same result. You start to see behind you. You hear that behind you. All of your friends, there's tentacles growing out of their mouths. One of them, their eye pokes out, and another one fishes out. They're coming to kill you, Kavra. You've got to do something about it. Vesper, no, you actually have a different result. Vesper, it's just what's happening around you. You're seeing all this stuff, and it's so bizarre and alien and strange. You just kind of freeze for a moment. You're just locked where you are, unable to do anything. Okay, now it's their turn. First, Noel dropped his weapon. He sees Kavra kind of turn around. He's going to go back for his weapon. The other two are going to fire, or three are going to fire arrow shots at Kavra. Number 1 is a miss. Number 2 is a hit. Kavra take 1. Miss. Hit. Kavra take 5. Miss. And hit. Kavra take 6. Arrows start to penetrate through the back of you, but you can't break out of whatever is hitting you, or with that feeling that you've got to kill your friends. Rain, what are you going to do?
I'm going to cast Dispel Magic.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I know it's risky, but I'd rather have my friends back.
Where are you going to drop
each other apart really
Where are you
quick.
going to drop it?
Basically in the center of where my between Kavra and my friends.
So this is an area Dispel Magic, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Rain, you begin to cast Dispel Magic. Okay, now we've got to go with resolve everybody else's rounds. We'll start with Vesper. Vesper, you're actually held in abeyance right now, confused. Kavra, it's your turn. Who are you going to attack, and how are you going to do it?
I assume, unless I have some kind of control, I would just be swinging the...
Wildly? Random person?
Yeah.
Okay, let me decide who it's going to be then. Your target is, and you guys better hope it's not Rain.
Yeah, I can just imagine who it's going to be.
It's Vesper.
Oh, wow.
Okay, roll me a 120, and you're fortunate because that is only his one attack round.
No, I actually get 2 around.
Oh, that's right.
round.
I forgot you do get 2 around. Yes, you do. Go ahead, Vesper.
Yeah, we just need to make sure all the party members hit me some point in this game.
Oh, yes. We have to make sure.
Yeah, so that's AC neg 10 for 60 points.
I'm sorry, what?
There would have been a hit on negative 10, he said.
No.
He's messing with you.
16 points.
Okay,
16
I was
points.
like,
Vesper,
holy crap.
you get hit. You get blasted by this halberd. It hits you. You're just kind of standing there. It hits you so hard. I need you to make me 2 saving throws.
Yay.
And then the random roll for my second attack?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I want to see what
right.
Vesper does first. Vesper may be in a position not to be able to attack.
Depending on, what am I saving against?
You're going to be safe against paralyzation first.
Okay, so the paralyzation saved, and then the second one's going to fail no matter what.
Okay, the paralyzation, you get hit by this halberd, and it just hits you so hard it almost rocks you right off the flying carpet. But you manage to hang on. The second one is the dragon breath save that you failed now. You're on fire. Take an additional 3 points of damage. You feel your hair on fire. You feel your part of your armor on fire from this flaming halberd. But again, you're just kind of held in abeyance still. That's the funny thing about confusion. There's no break on that. So go ahead, Kavra. Please roll me. Let me see who you're going to go with next. Kavra, you have... Oh, it's Minya. Go ahead.
I guess we're gonna have to do the ground zero meteor swarm.
No, I'm hitting
Cobra.
God.
Yeah.
Roll your attack, Cobra.
So that's AC -4.
Oh, that's a hit.
Don't worry, it doesn't hurt much.
Roll me some damage.
13.
13. Minya, take 13. And again, I need you to roll me 2 saving throws for that.
Oh.
Because once you're going over 10 and you're on a flying area like that, it's going to be bad. So
I got a 13.
that takes save versus paralyzation, so you're not in the water at least.
That's safe. And then I got a 10. What was I saving against?
A dragon breath. So that's a fail.
Oh, I missed that by 1.
Okay. Take an additional 2 and you're on fire as well.
Oh.
Actually, I take that back. Take 4 because it's double damage for a hot weapon. Minya, you managed to hang on. You're almost knocked off there. This madcap howling, this laughing. It's swirling now around you. The whole room seems like it's just tilting and swirling and all these colors. Vesper, it's your turn. No, you not. I take that back. Now it's Minya's turn. Minya, all your friends are trying to kill you. It's clear now your friends are trying to kill you. You just have evidence of it. What are you going to do?
I was not trying to kill you.
No, Vesper was not trying to kill you. Vesper's just minding his own business.
Okay, well, I would angle the wand and launch a cone of cold. Try to catch as many of them as I can. I mean, that's...
Okay, you turn around back, and right behind you is Rain. Rain, you're in the middle of casting Dispel Magic, and it turns around, there's a wand right in your face a second later. Okay. I need you both to roll me what's your dexterity, Rain?
16.
Okay, and what's yours, Minya?
16.
Oh boy, this is going to be draw out the OK Corral here. This is a little. We're going to go with a little Boot Hill rules here, guys. I need you both to roll me a percentage dice to decide who gets off first. Oh, somebody just gave you a wink of Rudd's eye. That's a +1 for the good guys, which is only Vesper at this point.
Okay. We need it. 33.
And what'd you get, Rain?
95.
What? What'd you get, Rain?
I got a 95.
Okay. Minya, you turn around and you have the cone of cold right at her face. Rain, the Dispel Magic comes off right before the thing launches. The whole flying carpet drops to into the water. Everybody, it's like the ride at the your favorite amusement park when they just cut out the ground underneath you. Mm-hmm. Everybody goes down into the water. Well, for the exception of Kavra. I need Minya. Roll me a 20, please.
Okay. 7. Oh, this guy's getting retired.
Minya, that was a 7?
Yeah.
No, you're glad you did that. That cone of cold, because it jerks you up like that, goes flying right over everybody's head. Clean miss on that one. Okay, everybody manages to survive it. Rain, everybody splashes into the water. You're now underwater because you're so short, okay? Vesper, I need you to roll me a 20, and Minya roll me a 20. Actually, you too, Calver, please.
13.
Okay.
10.
Does that break your save versus spells, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, again, still missed by 1.
Okay, Kavra?
15. I rolled a 10, which fails my spells roll by 1 as well.
Okay,
Wait,
well, guess
what? Were you serious when you said I get a +1?
Yeah, I was absolutely serious. That's why I was going to say Amanda's donation of the wink of Rudd's eye just gave you guys both a +1, so you both...
That would be on the nose then.
You both made it then. Vesper, you splash in the water. Minya, you splash into the water. Just the sudden, the cold, icy... dark waters full of the salt, it wakes you right up from it. Kavra, you see everybody hit the ground, you see the friggin' cone of cold explode over there, and your senses come right back to you. Now, it's their attack one more time, and then you guys can do whatever you want. We got 4 attacks. The first one is going to attack... actually, 1 through 3 is going to be Kavra, because she's such a good target, and everybody else is in normal area. That's Minya. Minya, 1 shot misses your head and 1 hits you. I need you to take 3. You got to be. You're getting close.
I am getting very close.
Yep. Another one attacks Kavra. That is a hit and a miss. Kavra. Actually, I take that back. That is a hit. That's a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for you. You're looking like a half-orc pincushion. Other one attacks Kavra again. Miss. Hit. Kavra takes 7 more. Miss. And finally a miss. Okay, Kavra, you are bleeding all over your back. You're like a porcupine right now. There's arrows stuck out of you. You guys are all facing Kavra. You're coming up out of the water. All you can see is her silhouette there with her halberd and her half-orc eyes there. They're glowing furiously red now because you can just tell she's broken out of it, and man, she's pissed. So, you guys are all able to act now. You're closest, Kavra. What are you going to do?
So you said the effect of the laughing has
It's
been
gone.
broken?
Yes. It is gone. They're
All
still
right.
laughing, but the effect is gone.
All right, well, I will turn and take another swing at the one I had injured.
Hit me with 2 20s.
So first one is AC 0 for 10 points.
Uh-huh.
Does that drop him, or is he still up?
Yes, he did. You turn
Okay.
around with your head. But obviously, he wasn't expecting it. He thought you were still in it. You turn around, you put your halberd right through his skull. His whole head starts to catch on fire. You're holding him up for a second, pulling it out, whirling it around. Make me another move. What are you going to do?
Just keep pushing forward and swing at the next closest one.
Okay.
It's going to be an AC -4 for 10 points.
Whoa. Okay, Kavra is definitely mad. You guys, you see the whole thing where that one's head just exploded. Yeah, Kavra is not a happy camper. The one in there is dead. You can see the one now that's in the alcove over there a little bit more clearly. Kavra hits that one, kind of pushes it back against the wall. Little blood comes out of its mouth. Next would be Vesper. You're in the water right now. You're covered, soaked in salt water. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I just kind of come up out of the water, and can I see those two from my current position?
You can, yes.
All right, so I am going to just launch. I'm going to put one into the one that Kavra's already hit, and then 2 into the other one to the, I guess, the right of me.
Okay. Go ahead and make me 3 20s, please.
All right, so that's going to be neg ugly. 0 and neg 2.
Okay. Minya, you've been gifted the kiss of Istis by the crowd. Your next 3 rolls, you can choose one of them to be maximized.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Vesper, you hit all 3 of them. Please roll me 3 6s.
All right, so the one in front of Kavra, he's going to take, what is that, 8 points.
Okay.
And the other one will take the 2. He's going to take 22 points.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Kavra, you're hitting this one. You see this arrow come flying over you. Your back is all raw and bloody. You're thinking to yourself, oh my god, I hope he's snapped out of it and he just didn't miss. But as it goes right through between his eyes, it's clear that was where he was shooting for. You turn to the one on your right, open up with 2 more shots. That one drops as well. One shot goes right through the cheekbones. You hear bone splinter as it hits it. Another one hits it right over top of the eye and drops it into the water. It's kind of kicking around wildly, almost like a bug when you step on it. But it's dead as well. Minya, Rain, your turn. What are you going to do?
Is the water so deep that I have to swim?
No, it is not that deep. When you come up out of it, you are 3 foot 6 inches tall.
Mm-hmm.
So you're about maybe waist deep in it.
Got it. Okay. I'm going to run in and prepare a Cure Light Wound spell for Kavla.
Okay, you're running in. Okay, you run into the room. Next, Minya, what are you going to do?
There's still just one alive up there at the top.
That is correct, yes.
You know what? We'll play it safe. I'm gonna cast sleep at that one.
Okay.
And you said my next 3 rolls are
maximized.
What do I get with those 3?
Well, no, you get to choose the effect of it. For example, if you needed to roll low, it would be the lowest low you needed. It's basically an automatic success for your next 3 rolls.
Oh.
So go ahead, you begin to start casting your spell.
Okay.
Rain goes running into the room. Kavra, you're there. You can see already she's breaking out spell components. The knoll that's over there, it runs over and it tries to tackle Rain as she's running through the room. It dives at her. You see the knoll has a hand axe in its hand. It tries to bite her on the neck and misses it. Hits her with the hand axe. Take 2, please.
Okay.
You guys both go flying into the water, rolling around. It looks like when an alligator gets a hold of a creature, how they start doing that roll. The 2 of them are rolling around in the water and they're wrestling. The thing is obviously going to overpower her. So, Kavra, you're next. What are you going to do? Oh, actually, I take that back. Sleep would go off right now. Minya, you go ahead and you cast Sleep. Again, you guys see the snow come out of the hands, breathes out over the water. This was a good move because there was a chance you could hit Rain in this, but because of the sleep spell, you see both of them in the water just go limp and float down into the water. Rain will drown unless you get her out of there soon. Who is going to get Rain out of there?
I will reach down and pull her out first.
However, you reach out down there, you pull Rain out of the water. Rain, you're covered, just soaking wet. A little bit of seaweed covering your head. You guys are a bloody mess right now, but you managed to survive that. Rain's laying there. You can see she spits out a little bit of water, a stick or something in there. Hey, thanks, Extort. We appreciate it. A little bit of stick comes out of there, but you guys seem to be all okay. The flying carpet is completely waterlogged, laying in the water. The knoll is dead.
All right.
Now that you guys have a chance to examine the room, the entire south wall and east wall of this room, there's a big marble block that runs all the way around it, about maybe 2.5 to 3 feet high. It's like a shelf. And all over it, you can see old ancient cutlery, like knives, forks, it looks like, plates and things like that. That would be strange enough, okay, for you. But right in the middle of the block on the east wall, there's a silver platter there, and there's a cake. It looks fresh and new, like a birthday cake.
I would really be focused in on healing real quick. Just saying. That's great on the cake, but death is right there.
Hand axe wrecked my last cure light wounds, but I think we were given some drops by our benefactors.
Patrons, yes.
Yeah, so I would attempt to reactivate the carpet if I can.
Okay. Vesper, you go back there. The carpet's going to need to get dried before you can do that. Not dry cleaned or anything, but you're going to have to get it and wring it out and get it dried before it'll work well.
All right. I'll ask Kavra to assist me.
Okay.
I want to shape shift into my wolf, into my fox, and then shape shift back. I like to use one of those gifted rolls to max percentage on the heal.
Okay, that's fine. Give yourself back 2/3 of your total health, which in your case, Minya, is your health maximum is 25. So half of that, 8 points or 16 points of that would come back.
Yes, thank you.
You get 16 points of that back. Is there anyone else that's going to be healing or doing anything while Vesper and Kavra are wringing out the carpet?
I would also like to use a potion of healing while I'm, playing with the carpet.
Okay. Take back 4. Rain, what are you going to do for healing or nothing?
I'm out of spell. I'm assuming null attack wrecked my...
Yeah, wrecked it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Extort. We appreciate it.
All I have
Carpet just shimmy and shakes itself dry like a chamois. Nice.
So I go over to Cabra and say, this won't give you much healing, but it'll help you feel a lot better. And I hand 4 berries to Cabra.
Oh, nice. Nice.
All right, thank you.
Give her 4 of the good berries. Take 4 back.
4 back, and they should make you feel good, too.
Yeah. Yeah, you get yourself it feels, kind of feel like a little bit of the pain, the edge of it's gone. Feel like, it is nice. It is real nice in here. So what are you guys going to do then? You're all laying there. Minya, you see Minya change her. You saw it before. Her way her bones break and snap, reshuffle. The skin becomes fur. She kind of dives into the water, disappears for a second, and comes out back as herself, and she's healed.
Hey, Vesper, how are you feeling after that?
I'm still down just a touch.
I look like crap. How would you feel when you take a halberd straight to the face?
I'll give Vesper 4 more good berries.
Okay, you're running low, pal. Vesper, you get 4 points back, and you feel pretty good too, even though you look like crap still.
That'll help.
Like, you at half? You at a quarter?
No, I'm not that bad. I mean, I am a fighter after all, but
right.
Let's just say I don't want to take a lot of, Kavra hits.
No, Kavra can do some
Very few
damage.
people do.
Yeah. We're more dangerous than the dungeon.
What will you guys do?
Well, Rain apologizes for the disenchanted flying carpet. However, it was all 3 of you were under this spell where you were attacking one another, and I had to use my dispel magic. So I think we're down to 1 in case we encounter this Eli character.
Everybody make me a percentage die.
$81.
That's exactly what I got.
Wow.
Nice.
35.
Kavra?
91.
91? Okay. Vesper, you're the one that's kind of ringing out with Kavra. You guys are trying to use Kavra's halberd to get some of to dry it out a little bit. It's not really working out very well. You're afraid you're going to catch it on fire. So you're just trying to wring it out. But as you're doing that, you're looking back, and you're seeing all the water, just drop, the droplets of it hitting the water beneath you. So, but it's weird. There's droplets over in the room, too, that are moving around. You're looking back, and you're like, there's something in that water that's swimming around with them.
Oh, man.
Near who?
Nearest probably to Rain, actually.
Okay. I'm not going to, shout it out, but I'm going to be like, Rain, there is something in the water near you?
Rain,
Invisibility to animals.
Huh?
I'm going to cast invisibility to animals on myself.
Okay. Right away, you feel like it takes over. Whatever is in the water that's swimming around, it looks like it's about the size of those things that was in the vegetation that was crawling around in the bodies. It's still moving towards you. Wait, there's more than one. There's like 5, 6, 7 of them. These things had to have been infested with them.
Let's get out of here.
Minya, are you going to do the same?
Yeah, I'm booking. I have a super
Minya, who has got the flying carpet in their hands? Because as you guys run out of here, I need to know that.
Should we get up on the ledge? Should we just climb up on the ledge, get out of the water, dry the carpet out?
Yeah, you guys could do that. It's a viable move. Leave it to the magic user.
Okay, I thought it was just as shallow as a fork or a knife.
Oh, no. It's deep enough. It looks like there was obvious food preparation done here before.
Oh, like a counter.
Yeah, it's like a counter.
Yeah. Okay, I like that
climbing
idea.
up.
Okay,
Yeah,
everybody climbs up on the counter, including you, Kavra? Including you, Vesper?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys take the carpet out of the water. Everybody else is up on the... everybody else moves up on the counter. Now, right where I'm going to put you, because I'm just going to have every man for himself pretty much jumping on the counter. So it's kind of random where you guys end up. But you and Rain and Minya are right over, and this birthday cake that's on the counter is right between you.
Oh.
Just sitting there.
Why? It's not my birthday.
No, not happy birthday.
The cake is a lie.
Very, very on birthday to you.
Yep, you guys are just sitting there. The cake's there. Not doing anything.
The cake is there. Okay. Well, I don't really have any
Anti-cake spells.
No anti-cake
anti-cakes.
spells.
No, yeah, I have no
Anti-cake
detection
shell?
right now.
Anti-cake shell.
I do have a detect magic left.
Do you?
Yeah.
What if this cake? It's odd that there's a cake there, but if it has stood the test of time, could be a nice, magical
look at
healing
this cake.
I don't know.
The cake is actually looks like it was baked, I don't know, today. You don't think the Knowles had the wherewithal to do this. Kavra and Vesper, roll me a 6, please. Okay.
Or
Both of you guys are familiar enough with Knoll culture and the way that they act. The way they set this up, they were probably guarding this cake. Whether or not they'd made it or whatever, it's hard to tell.
All right.
And, I guess
you want to cut it? Why don't we just cut it and see what's in it?
before that, Rain would like to check out the alcove. Can she waddle along the counter to the north?
You can. You're over with Minya in that corner doing that. To get in there and look really close and see what's in there, you would have to actually get into the water, and there's a floating dead knoll in there that may be infested with horrors.
Yes.
So, are you sure you want to do that?
Nope.
Okay. I didn't think so.
I didn't know if the alcove was part of the ledge, or does
Nah.
the ledge stop at the north wall?
Yeah, it
or
just
does
stops at the
continue
north
around?
wall. It stops
Got it.
dead at the north wall. Now, meanwhile, all of you guys are on these things. There's this coat of salt and and little bit of greenery that's on there, but it's not so bad that it's on the walls that you're worried about things crawling around in there. But you can definitely tell that it's been caked with it a little bit over time. The only thing that is not touched is the cake.
Mm-hmm.
Can I reach it with the halberd?
Sure.
I'm just gonna push it off the ledge into the water.
Wait.
What? Whoa!
No, please don't.
Are you going to do this with the flame on?
I was going to, but apparently I potentially.
You start to leave on there.
No, don't do that yet. If it was being guarded, it might actually be beneficial. But Rain will cast Detect Magic on the cake.
Be careful.
Rain, you cast Detect Magic. Everything in this place is so magical that it's overwhelming. It just drowns out the Dispel Magic, or the Detect Magic completely. Everything is. However, that being said, this cake is non-magical. The cake is non-magical.
Okay.
Cake is non-magical.
You know
I
what?
have
Let
a
me
really
just cut
good-
a slice.
I have
Okay.
a really good save versus poison, so I'm gonna see if these guys were guarding it. It might be beneficial.
Vesper and Rain get over to this cake.
Mhm.
Vesper says he was going to start cutting it too. Rain, you're there. Take your dagger out, and you start cutting the cake. The cake, as you should see it, it's fresh. It's actually warm. And it looks like it's vanilla with ribbons of cream and raspberry jam in it. It's got buttercream frosting on it.
Okay.
What the hell?
From the back of the room, Ninja's gonna say, "We shouldn't eat the cake." Okay, there is the most.
As Rain has a piece of it, like
in a worm field. As I'm watching these horrors swim through the water, going, this is so out of place. It's non-magical. I don't know.
Well, that's why I cut it. I wanted to see the inside, and it looks.
Yeah,
like
it looks absolutely delicious.
Oh, for a spell to consult my deity, I would do anything just about that. But...
Well, let's think of this another way. There's a nice brand new cake there. How did that get there? That means there's somewhere close to make a cake.
Yeah, that does mean
somebody gifted these gnolls with the cake.
So what would you guys like to do?
I have a
Search
question
this room for secret doors.
Okay.
Let's freeze the floor first.
Okay.
Okay.
I can take care of that.
What are you going to use to freeze the floor, Minya?
I'm gonna pull out the old wand and blaze off.
Can you make a path to the alcove?
We'll do wall of ices into the water, and I'll utilize up to 4 charges.
Okay, I was going to say I was just counting charges just now. So okay, you go ahead and you can start to cast in there. The water starts to freeze. You can see it in there. This black water turns to ice all the way over to the alcove. In fact, I would say your wall of ice, you could get as much as you wanted within this room, including that little section that leads out to the main corridor.
I would do that.
Okay, the entire area becomes ice. Now I'm reliving my hockey days.
Yes.
Anyway.
Rain will hop down and check out the alcove.
Rain, make me a 20, please.
7.
You guys watch Rain jump down and fall promptly on her ass because this water this thing is so slippery. For those of you guys who don't know, salt water is really, really slippery when it gets... Anyway, never mind. Anyway, so you go ahead and you hit the thing, pop yourself back up, go all the way over to the corner. The corner, it looks like, did have another block in there that was lower. Like a block that something used to rest on before this place was frozen. That looked like there was a latch closing the top, opening and closing on the top. But now it's obviously frozen over.
There was a latch on the floor?
The latch on whatever... It was like another shelf there, but there was a latch that could be... The top of it could be open and closed.
Okay, and but it's underwater.
Yeah, it's underwater and frozen over now.
Okay.
Do we want to melt open just an area to get to that?
Yeah, where are we going to find a flaming halberd to be able to do something like that?
I don't know. I don't know where that would be.
Calvary, you go ahead, you do that. You start to lean down and start to dry and melt the ice enough.
And Rain will check that handle for traps as soon as she can push the slush away.
Right.
I'm gonna slip the cake into the haversack while they're all doing that.
Okay. So you go ahead and you reach down with your halberd. You start to melt the top of that down. It takes a little bit of time, but as you do that, you finally get to this. It's like a marble top on this counter that looks like it could be hinged and open and closed.
Check out for traps.
Okay. Rain, please roll me a percentage die. Here we come.
8. Okay. 0, 8.
There are no traps on it. Again, it looks like somebody tried to affix something to it at one point in time, but they were unable to do so. Hey, thanks, guys, for rating us. Okay, you open the top of this thing. As soon as you open the top of it, Minya, Vesper, Kavra, Rain's attention is on this thing as she opens it up. Hey, Select Striker, thank you. Walking into the room, you see a young woman. Hair pulled back, done up high in the Sulawese style. She's wearing like a toga. She's got very pale skin. Her hands are covered in this white dust. She's wearing a smock that's covered in white dust. She walks through, and as she's walking towards you all, you watch her. She's walking right through the ice. She's totally insubstantial. And she looks over at Rain and then looks over at the bunch of you. Which of you has Sul on your language sheets?
Nope.
She says something in the Sulawese tongue that none of you understands. and just looks at you, cocks her head over at Rain, and then looks over at the rest of you and says something else. This
I'm gonna try Nolish
okay.
and just say, "Can you speak Nolish?" Because
Thanks, Antikas. Okay, go ahead and make me a percent. Oh, you roll. You said speak to her in Knoll, and she looks back at you, and she says, "Kind gentleman, you're no slave. Why do you speak like one?" Hey, thanks,
well,
Bishop.
I did not understand your previous language, so I thought you might know this one.
She looks over at Rain and she says, "I was just trying to tell your friend there's no need to look in the garbage when there's a perfectly fine cake there."
Can you tell us about this cake?
Of course I can. I made it myself.
What does it do?
Ghost cake.
Is it just a cake?
She cocks her head a bit and she says, "Well, it's just cake."
Who is it for?
Who are you, lady?
She kind of bows a little bit. And she says, "My name is Savrak van Elda," she says. She says, "I am the cook, of course, and the cake is for..." She kind of chuckles a bit. She kind of looks at you a little strange. "Are you spies?"
No.
Certainly you would know. She kind of backs up a little bit.
New recruits.
Smiles.
Sure, the fetish.
Smiles a bit, and she says, "You I can believe. These three." She looks over at the demi-humans that are all standing over there.
Mhm.
"I'm not so certain of. But one way or another, you're not the foul slaves, at least." She says,
Rain will recall the gibberish that was told us by the priestess.
right. She says,
And use some of the same language with Sabara.
okay. She says, "This cake is for the pleasure of Prithius Ilmaura, the one who's created the great conduit, of course. Every day I make it anew." She kind of sighs a bit and looks at the cake, and never does he come and get it. She kind of looks over at you. "Are any of you healers?"
I am, alas, I'm spent of my powers.
"Then you can't help me." She kind of sighs a bit.
Tell us what
Please.
you need.
"Enjoy." "My wound," she says, and turns her head around and moves her hair out of the way. And when she does, you see this gaping hole in the back of her head where something sharp and barbed cut through her skull in the back of it, all the way into the depths of her head. She says, "My wound, it itches. Is it bad?" She says, looking and rubbing it at the edges of it.
Mere flesh wound.
Can we see through her?
Yeah, she's a little bit transparent, yeah.
Okay.
"But please, if Lord Prethius won't take it, enjoy the cake," she says. "I'd love to know what you think of it." Looks back and forth at all four of you.
It's gone, right? Didn't you?
I
dispel it
actually
last time?
slipped it into the haversack.
Oh, you slipped
Yeah.
into Haversack?
Yeah.
When they were
Okay, I'm
looking
sorry.
at the
Well, then,
alcove.
in that case, I didn't hear that part. What she would have said, "I see you've eaten the cake. What did you think of it? Was it good?"
Quite tasty.
"Good."
I like the vanilla.
She nods. "I will never cook for slaves. The ones that tried to eat this before?" She says, and turns her head. "Farewell, recruits," she says. "If you come by some healing, perhaps we can speak again. My head, it always hurts." She walks out of the room, disappears around the corner.
Cool. That was creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
still going to look in the trash.
You look in the trash. There was nothing in there. There's just dust, old dust.
Okay.
It looks like there might have been stuff in there one time, but the ancient nature of this place, whatever it was, has rotted to dust.
All right. Let's have an accounting of how wounded we are, and can we try to rest up?
Okay.
I can try to use stone shape to basically block us in.
Okay. Minya, how hurt are you?
I'm 4 points down, and I still could creatively be effective in one or two more battles.
Vesper, how hurt are you?
I am currently down 16, and I still have 1 healing potion left.
And you, Kavra?
I'm down about a quarter of my hit points, and I still have that potion of extra healing left.
When she tells you guys all that she's down a quarter of her hit points, and you saw her get hit by no less than 7 or 8 arrows, you guys get a real appreciation for how tough Kavra really is.
Yeah.
And I have 11 good berries left, and that's all. So 1 point each.
Okay, so what are you guys going to do? Are you going to try and rest in here, or are you guys going to try and move, or what are you going to do? The ground is still frozen over, except for the alcove area. Seems like it's quiet in here. You've got dead gnolls under the water. You've got under the frozen water, as well as those creatures that were swimming in there.
Minya, in your experience, how long will this stay frozen?
It's a wonderful question. Hang on.
Can I get a sense from just the overall kind of temperature in this place?
Yeah, you get the idea that it is. It will probably melt because of the salt water out there, though. But it will go. It'll take a while though, because it's kind of cold water anyway. So probably maybe take as long as 6 hours to get all the way through. Kavra, please get yourself back 2 more hit points, please. You've been given 2 more by the crowd. Okay.
And one turn a level, so 10 turns.
That's how long the wall of ice will go, but the natural part of this thing will stay frozen for a while. So you figure about 8 hours.
The other idea is to go back to the knoll room where we killed the 3. It's up, it's high and dry. We can wring out the rug, see if we can get it working again. But I can use my stone shape to basically wall us in. That room is 30-foot diameter. It should be plenty of enough oxygen for us.
Okay. Is that what you're going to do?
This is that means there's 8 hours for other people to figure out that there's something wrong going on here. Either bodies discovered or doors opened. That we've been blasting things. We've been killing things. So do we press on? I think we're still a formidable group.
Okay.
But
the group will press on then?
It's up to the casters. If you're in good shape.
I think we press on.
Okay.
I still have aid to spell magic, and that's really the one that if I have that baby for Eli, that's the most. If that was away, then.
Okay, the waterlogged carpet is useless. So, Rain, I need a marching order as you proceed through this horrible place.
Yes.
And what direction you're going to go.
So before we take off,
my problem is that the water's waist deep on me.
That is a huge problem for you.
Yeah.
By the way, according to your movement rate is effectively 3 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Kavra's is full because she's armored. She's at 9. Vesper is tall enough that his is 9 as well, as is Minya's. Yours is 3.
Yep. I'm going to suggest I ride on someone, and probably not Kavra, because we need her to be able to swing her halberd.
Unfortunately, Kavra is the only one that would be able to carry you in an unencumbered fashion. Everyone else would lose movement.
Okay, sure. So I'll just have to hop off when melee comes. Kavra.
Okay, Kavra, you feel Rain climb up your back, hang on, and,
Actually, I have a suggestion.
Okay.
So one, I'm gonna put the carpet into the haversack.
Okay.
So basically, it can stay in there in a dry area. Hopefully, that'll help.
Okay.
The second thing is, we already know rain can fit in the haversack, and it's open. Can you sit in the haversack and keep your head out?
If I don't encumber Cabra, I'd rather be out in the open where I can be of use quickly.
Okay.
Kavra, you are on her. You're on Kavra's back. Kavra is she's really kind of inconsequential weight wise to you. So
I'll be in a piggyback, basically, not on her shoulders.
okay. So what's the marching order then?
Okay, Cabra and Rain in the lead.
Kavra and Rain in the lead.
With Vesper close by in case we get to a point where we need to track.
Okay.
And Minya next to Vesper.
Minya next to Vesper. Okay, so you guys are kind of doing a triangle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which way are you going when you leave the iced room?
We're leaving the ice room and turning left and heading south.
Okay, you're going to head south. Okay. So, Calvary, you go ahead and you head south. This is what you see as you do. You head south. The area opens up into a large series of rooms. To your left, as Kavra continues down the hallway, Kavra reaches the end of the hallway, and this is what you see. You see an unopenable door with a chalk mark that's been put over it by Vesper on one direction. You see over to your left a trio of doors, two on one side, one on the other side.
And we had not been down that way because that's the door I'm thinking of. We went the other path.
It is. You went through a secret door, if you recall, and I'm going to move the map a little bit so you can see exactly where you are because you guys have been there. I don't mind showing you that. This was the room below where you fought the flying things. This was the secret door where you went into the room with a column of light. You eschewed going in this direction. What will you do?
Listen at the first door on the left.
Okay. You go ahead and you go in that direction. You listen to the door. Silence behind the door.
Door.
And I assume, yeah, you're doing the first door, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kavra, you're looking down there also. The good thing about you guys doing this kind of the way you are is infravision and everything like that. You guys kind of look in multiple directions at one time because you're kind of this floating arms platform right now. This is what you see all the way through. There is the door to the south has holes in it. Okay, it looks like it's been beaten up pretty good. A lot of cuts in the surface from looks like from blades and stuff. People trying to break through it, and all you see is an alcove behind it. Are you going to, if you can inspect closer to see if there's something in the alcove, but
yes,
right
please.
now you don't see anything.
Rain will look around.
Okay. Rain, you go ahead and you look into the alcove. At the back of the alcove, it looks like and you can see now why people were trying to cut through this door. There's another block, a marble block in there that's like a shelf. And behind there you see a suit of armor. You see a sword that's back there. You see a couple bowls that are there with, looks like something glittering in them. What are you going to do?
Looks like a trap to me.
Yeah, it looks like a trap to me too. We'll come back to it if we need it.
Okay. So you're listening at these doors. You see silence. You go to the alcove all the way. Vesper, please roll me a 6-sider.
All right. 6.
Okay, good. Well, that's
Rain
a
will
good thing
investigate
because...
the east.
no, go ahead.
She's going to check the end of this corridor.
Vesper, you are within 10 feet of 2 secret doors.
Mm.
You look at that alcove a little bit closer. The back wall is clearly a secret door. And as you go towards the alcove at the back of it, it is also clearly a secret door.
All right. I will point that out.
Okay. And I had you guys at the back of the alcove. There is no sound behind any of them. No moosh, no movement, no anything. The water is still cold. You guys are all wet. In fact, I need you all right now to make me a 20 right now.
No. I knew this was coming. I got a 9.
Okay. What's your con,
19.
Minya? What's your constitution, Minya?
9.
Minya sneezes. Kavra, what do you got?
Natural 20.
Okay. Rain, what do you got?
17.
Okay. Yeah, Minya, you've been in the north for a long time, and you're good about water and cold usually. There's something about this though. You feel kind of weird. Okay.
We need to move quick.
Yep. I recommend we go through the east door and skip that pile of treasure in the alcove.
Okay.
Okay. By the way, my wife is in the chat. She said this is starting to look like Crippled Masters. Have any of you seen that old kung fu flick where the guys are crippled and one of them rides in a harness on the other one's back? Oh my god, it's so terrible. I can't believe you said that.
It's Master Blaster.
Oh my god.
Master Blaster, yeah.
I can't believe you just said that. Okay, so you go ahead and you're going to open the secret door, you said?
Yes. I'll check it for traps first.
Roll me 2 percentage dice, please.
66 and 45.
Okay. Doesn't seem trapped. Doesn't seem like it's even locked.
Mm-hmm. Vesper, knock that arrow.
That's
Done.
Okay,
Yep.
Rain, are you going to open the door?
Yes.
Okay, the door opens up. And this is what you see when you guys open up the door. There's a shallow room behind it. Kind of like it tees off like in a very short, like 30-foot area, as you can see on the map right there. Right, the wall of it, it looks like at these two extreme ends, the north and south end of it. There's these quarterstaff thick wooden rods that they span the area in there, and all manner of clothes are hanging from it. Okay. Cloaks and shirts and pants of all kinds of styles and materials. They're all very neatly arranged. They look like they're well kept, except for a heavy coat of dust that's on them.
Is there water in this room, or did it flow in with us?
It flows in with you. As you open it up, the water comes rushing into there. And the back wall of it, there is a kind of like a stand that's there. And you can see all kinds of chains hanging from it, like golden chains, and a couple rings. And as you roll in, as the water rolls in there, it covers all sorts of footwear that's on the ground in there. The bottoms of the cloaks now are soaked and wet.
Great.
Looks to you like it was like a wardrobe.
Mm-hmm.
What will you do?
Minya, do you happen to have an identify spell?
I do not.
Do you recognize any of these things as something that would be useful to us?
From Sewell, your knowledge of Sewell culture, it's definitely Sewell Louise clothing. You know that. But go ahead and roll me your die roll.
20. Woo!
Looking at it, it looks like it's. Some of these are so old, and some of them are so. There's a lot of interest in Sewell Louise culture from collectors. These could be sold at a museum or something like that, or to an independent collector for a lot of gold.
Haversack,
yeah.
What you
And I
do
would
see,
like to,
there are two things that you do see in there as you're throwing things in the haversack that seem to you to be especially valuable. One of them is a piece that very few people on Earth really would have ever seen before. It is actually a working, it's a brass locket that when you open the front of it, it's actually a working timepiece. Only a few gnomes really make this kind of stuff, all right? It just is sitting there, and the hands of it are frozen at a certain time. There's also a fine platinum holy symbol in there. I need you to, it looks like a skeleton key is the symbol of it. Rain and Minya, please roll me 20s.
19.
Well,
You're both aware that it is the holy symbol of Dalt, the god of doors, enclosures, and locks.
I wonder if
That might help us get out.
Made out of
Yeah, this might help us get through those unopenable doors.
Okay. So what will you do?
Rain will grab the symbol of Dalt.
Okay. Got the symbol of Dalt in your hand. Okay.
I do want to actively search this little, room since it's not very big before we leave it.
Okay. Roll me a 6-sider, Vesper. And by the way, Vesper, something else. When you throw all that stuff in the haversack, do note that whatever you threw in there is going to waterlog everything else that's in there.
Oh, man. Well, crap.
Just a note.
Well, let's take everything but the clothes.
Okay.
Okay. Roll the 3.
You said there were gold chains.
Yeah, there's gold
jewelry
chains,
and
all kinds of material. You do not see any kind of a door or anything in here.
Okay. So before I waterlog everything in the thing, I'm going to stick my hand in and just take a swipe off the cake.
Okay.
Some icing. And help.
It is absolutely delicious.
Okay.
You guys all see Vesper, his entire body begins to shudder and... no, I'm just kidding. No, it's absolutely delicious. Sometimes a cake is just a cake, boys.
Yes.
It's just a cake. This is one of those moves that you make as a dungeon master to really make your players paranoid. Anyway, so anyway, you guys go ahead and start putting things into the bag. Then, where are you going to go next?
We'll check the 2 north doors. I'm expecting, based on my understanding of dungeons, that these are privies.
Left or right?
The right one.
Okay. You open up the right one first. In the right one, yeah, there we go. Wrong number. You open up there, and there's an alcove in there. It's not very deep. Okay. The whole back wall of the thing is it's got all kinds of stacked up crates in there. There's still dark water in there, all right? But there's the wall above those crates there's shelves that are on there, wooden shelves that are on there. Inside of it, you can see all kinds of glass and ceramic plates and cutlery and decanters. Below that, you can see all kinds of hand tools on the next shelf. Hammers, chisels, drills, planes. On the bottom row, you can see all kinds of glass vessels with various liquids arranged in there. There's 13 different glass decanters.
And there's fluid in the decanters now?
Oh, yes, there's fluid in all of them. Not the ones on the top shelf. The one on the top shelf, there's no fluid in there. But there's all kinds of liquids in the containers on that bottom shelf.
Okay, let's open the left door.
Okay. You eschew that, walk away from there. Opening up the left door. Opening up the left door, you see another alcove that's in there. There's an enclosed space in there about 10 by 10. The floor is covered by about a foot of water, as you know. There's seaweed growth that's overtaken just about everything in here. Against the back wall, there's burlap sacks that are stacked up to the ceiling almost in piles, okay? They smell strongly of rotting vegetation from holes in the bag. And you can see green tendrils of sea kelp that have kind of worked their way in and out of it. The scent of rot is heavy in here.
I closed the door and close this one.
Okay. You close the door right away.
Mm-hmm.
So, just thinking, Rain, do we want to try out that skeleton key? Because literally one of those unopenable doors is like 30 feet down the hall.
Yes. And in a pinch, I also have stone shape and could push the stone away from the door, basically making it fall out of its frame.
Okay.
Do we want to mess around with this suit of armor?
will you go into the room with the other secret door?
So is the armor in the way of the secret door
Yes.
to the south?
It looks like to you, Vesper, and to you, Rain, your best guess is that the secret door is actually opened by moving the block on which these things lay.
There's one
And
one
by the
door.
way, you guys just got a group from a bonus from the crowd, Zilchus's bounty, in which the worth of everything you're getting is heightened. So there may mean that saying things that were not magical before are. Okay.
Cool.
So what will you do? You're looking at that secret door behind the thing?
I'm trying to recall the map, and I don't think there are any other dead end or any other loose ends. Is that
no?
correct?
There's only the stairs going down that you saw before.
But what about where we found that symbol? And I was just looking skills. I have definitely magical sigils and symbols.
Yes, you have magical symbology.
There is that X that we found, which was, I would say, the one that sticks out the most to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What will you do? Gonna go all the way back to that area?
Let's. I think Vesper's correct. I think we should. It wouldn't. We're right next to one of the unopenable doors, and we should check it out.
Okay.
And then go back to the X.
Your group goes over to the unopenable door, and now that you've seen a bunch of them before, you know it doesn't bear really a whole lot of mention, but I will describe it for the crowd that's out there. What you're able to see is this door. It's this massive, imposing violet door. There are no hinges on it. It's just this. It's this massive wall there. There's no hinges on it at all. It's just kind of glowing a little bit violet gently underneath the light, your light source. What will you do?
I take out the symbol of Dalt.
Okay. You hold out this holy symbol of Dalt and look at it.
Mm-hmm. The unopenable door has no hinges or...
No, it doesn't have a keyhole or anything.
Okay. I'll touch the holy symbol to the door and ask Dalt if he would bless us with passage through this doorway.
Roll me a percentage die.
15.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Nothing happens. You touch it to there. Nothing. What will you do?
Let's go back to the X.
Okay. Your group goes back to the X. And as you do that, you're trudging through the water. Slimy, cold water. It's definitely not a fun experience trudging through this stuff. But it's necessary. And as you guys get back up there, you're looking at that X on the wall. And as Minya suggested, this is usually an area in which they were looking to do construction, but they never did for some reason or another. Mm-hmm. What will you do?
I'll examine that wall where the vegetation's been cleared off, looking for basically resuming what I was doing when we started hearing the noise coming. Okay.
You really don't see anything as far as secret doors, concealed doors. You've touched it with a holy symbol of Dalt. Nothing seems to happen.
Okay. So we have two options. We have the waterlogged staircase, and we have the secret door behind the armor.
I would say the staircase. I mean, my guess is the secret door is just another alcove.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I mean, we could confirm. But
is that what the group is going to do?
Yes.
Okay. Your group goes up the hallway, over, into the area in which you were previously. I'm going to move you guys over there one by one now. At the point, we have Kavra and Rain. Behind that, we have the triangle of Minya. and Vesper. You are right at that intersection again. What will you do? You've got that water in front of you. The water is it pretty much overtakes the hallway very quickly. About maybe 10 feet into there.
Mm-hmm.
What will you do?
I am going to transform into a dolphin.
You guys all watch Minya, or Rain. Rain gets off of Kavra, kind of starts to walk over to the water. You see her pull her hair back, and as she runs her hands through her hair, it turns a grayish color and starts to stick to her head until there's nothing but smooth, rubbery skin. You see her eyes starting to distend and move to their sides, slightly. Her nose, you hear the popping and breaking bone, the way the skin stretches out until her nose becomes this bottle shape. Leaps forward, and as she does, her legs fuse together and become this whip of a tail, and you go into the water.
Okay. I take a deep breath first.
Hold on for just a second, Rain. Mm-hmm. You get back at this point in time. You get back. 5. You get back 10 hit points of your total. You go into the water. All around you, the world seems totally different as you can echolocate this water. Floating around in this water, you fortunately, thank God, you don't see any of those water horrors that were in there. Mm-hmm. And of course, Steve, I wasn't properly prepared because I don't have a dolphin icon on my screen. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. No, but I couldn't have prepared for that one. Bad DM. But as you go forward through this, you can see the following. There is, the stairway ends, okay? There is a alcove that becomes a room, okay? There is some kind of barrier right there. It's like membranous barrier, okay, as you go forward. Going to continue on? Yes. Continue on through the water.
I would like to not slash through the membranous membrane.
Yeah.
That sounds.
Is the membrane something you can see through?
It is, yes, it is something you can see through.
Does it appear that the room is dry on the other side?
It appears that the water is dry on the other side, yes, for you. Although you are only echolocating, okay, it seems like it might be all right to go through. Like you could just maybe pass through it or something like that. But going forward, there's a door at the end of the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
What will you do?
I will swim back to the group and transform back into myself.
Okay.
And
go ahead, you transform back. You see the process repeat itself until the halfling is returned.
Okay. I'll basically describe there's one flight of stairs. There's a room on the left side that appears to have a membrane over the front of it, and it appears to be dry on the other side of it. Then the staircase goes down again, even deeper, and there's a door at the bottom. Unfortunately, I did not have opposable thumbs, or I might have tried to open that door and drain this whole area, but that's what I saw.
What a shame about the opposable thumbs thing. That's a bummer. Okay, what are you going to do?
If we could figure out a way to breathe, then someone could go down there, or I will transform into something else that I haven't thought of yet. I could still try to open the door.
Well, the membrane you saw, does it look like we could potentially move through it without piercing it? And you said it was dry on the other side?
You know, it was in the dark, and I was just using my dolphin sensing ability, so I
it
could
did
not
feel
really
rubbery,
see.
though, to you, yeah. Rain. Like, it might be something that you could push through.
So if we could pop it, then some of this water might drain in, but actually it could end up draining the entire floor level that we've been trudging through.
True, but it also could be we could move through it, and it's like an air pocket partway there.
Yes, but we've been walking through a lot of water.
Rain, you were totally soaked to the bone, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm going to recommend we figure out some way to dam the water throughout this entire dungeon we've been walking through. And then if we go down and puncture that membrane, then only the water from the staircase will fall into that room. Otherwise, that room's just going to fill up solid.
Yep. Okay, so what are you guys going to do? What's the move?
Have we come across anything that could serve to hold the water from this dungeon back? Otherwise,
you could take a couple of the doors that have been busted up pretty good, like the door leading to this room right below you, and the door leading to the other secret door room below you, and you think you could make an ad hoc barrier.
Okay. Don't anybody kick it or step on it, or we're in a lot of trouble.
Okay, who's going to build this this dam? There's another option too, by the way, Rain. Since she's not here right now, I will volunteer. Minya's wall of ice could do it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, and of course she won't.
I think I'll do a wall of ice.
Ah, damn you! I see what I did there. Damn you!
Yeah.
Genius.
Okay, Minya, you go ahead and you build a wall of ice. Where are you going to build it exactly?
Right where you were thinking of doing it.
Okay.
Missed that last couple minutes.
Yeah,
all right.
Just at the top of the stairs.
Okay.
Top of the stairs.
Once you guys get in past it, of course, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's the marching order going to be as you go down into this water?
Well,
First of all, can everyone swim?
Yes, however, you have at least one person in heavy armor. If this doesn't work out very well, you guys could be in a lot of trouble.
Well, why don't we rope somebody and have one person go down to pop that while the others hold here? So that way they don't get washed away.
And I have that. The water's not going to slow me down.
Oh yeah, the ring of free action.
Right.
Yeah,
The water will not, she will move at full movement rate through there. I'm just saying that if something should happen, she could be in a lot of trouble. She's vulnerable in that water because of the heavy armor. But you're right. You won't be slowed down because of that. What will you do?
I'm good with going if you want to tie me up and put a rope on me and I'll go.
Okay. So the marching order is going to be as follows. Go for it, Rain. Tell me.
Cavro's gonna. It's just Cavro.
Okay, Kavra goes into the water. Kavra, you take a deep breath, and you go into the water. Ahead.
It's about 30 feet ahead on the left.
It's
There's
dark.
a passageway to a membrane.
It is dark as hell in here, okay? The only way you can possibly see is if you light up your halberd, which will burn underwater. Are you going to do that?
Yes.
Okay. You guys watch the halberd go forward and then disappear into the depths of the darkness.
So before I go,
yeah,
I'm gonna, because I'm gonna have the rope secured. I will tell them if they get one pull on the rope, that means to start pulling what's left of me out. If they get 3 pulls, that means they need to follow.
Okay.
Okay.
Just basically follow along the rope.
Okay.
Basically, I'm going to sit in the water behind the ice wall and just brace myself holding the rope.
Right. Okay. Kavra, you are right in front of this membrane, and because you're sitting there with your halberd in there, you can see that there's a bit of light that's coming through it. You're a visual creature, unlike Rain was in there. There's light that comes through there. So whatever is that space back there behind the membrane, light filters through it to you. You can kind of see it. You see shapes in there that look like maybe furniture of some kind, but it's hard to tell what else you got.
If I stand there for, I don't know, probably only about 10 seconds since I'm holding my breath, do I see any movement?
None.
Okay, so I'm going to take my hand, my free hand, and just touch the membrane and see if I can.
You touch the membrane, and your hand, you can feel it. It has this kind of spongy feeling to it. How hard are you going to push?
I'll slowly apply more pressure until
your hand just kind of passes through it, and you feel air on the other side.
Okay, so it's dry on the other side.
Yep.
And if I, for, I don't know, about 2 or 3 seconds, if I leave my arm there partway through, do I see that? Does that appear to be causing any kind of problem?
No, it does not. No.
All right.
The air back there, the air is slightly warmer back there than the air was in the rest of the dungeon, though. You do notice that.
All right.
Like a more comfortable feeling.
So I will turn off the flame on the halberd.
Poof, you're into darkness.
Okay, but I still have the light coming through the...
Yep, filtering.
All right. So then I will slowly step through with the... and just before I make it through, I will give 3 tugs on the rope.
Okay,
and then
before I tell you what happens next, Rain, the rope that he was secured with was a normal rope, right? It was not a rope of entanglement?
Correct.
Okay. Kavra, you go ahead and you pass through there. You give him 3 tugs. How deep into the room are you going to go?
Probably just maybe 5, 10 feet, just enough to clear behind me. Okay. And then I will relight the halberd if I don't see anything with my infravision or dark vision.
Okay. Okay. You're sitting there. You said you do light the halberd, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The 3 tugs come to the rest of the group. What's the group going to do back there?
That's the signal.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Rain goes down the stairs.
Rain goes down the stairs.
Following the rope.
Who's next behind her?
I will follow.
Vesper, then Minya? Or are you going to stay where you're at because these guys are a bunch of idiots?
I'm going to stay where I'm at because these guys are a bunch of idiots.
Okay. Minya stays where she is.
Gonna die, though.
For a moment.
Minya stays there.
Do I get to the membrane? Do I see
Not yet.
the
Not
light?
quite yet. Kavra, you get out of there. As you said, there's nothing in there. What you see in the room, as you push through a little bit further, is the room has 4 beds inside of it, right? Okay? The 4 corners of the room are all, they're all like bunk beds. They're all in each 4 corners of the room. You can see inside of there that there is a, there seems to be a light that springs from the ceiling, like a flameless light. It just kind of like daylight there that rains down from the ceiling. And everything seems to be pretty well normal to you inside the room. And you're still wrapped still wrapped about with the rope in there. And then in the corner of the room, something blinks into existence, and you see nothing but this bright shower of color rain into your eyes. Please roll me a 20.
Awesome. Yeah, that's going to be a fail.
Kavra, you just...
Well, I got a 10 on the roll, so it depends on what it is. If it's spells, I fail by 1.
Yeah, it's a fail then. You get blinded by this blast of color in your face. You're just kind of standing there in a daze.
So, am I actually just blinded or worse?
Worse right now. You're stunned for a round.
Okay, because I do have blind fighting.
Yeah, you're stunned for a round.
Okay, cool.
Rain, you get around right to the bottom of this, and behind the membrane, you see this bright blast of color, okay? And then you see this. This brilliant blast of light appears in there, like somebody, like, incandescent blew up a fireball inside the room or something. Inside the room, meanwhile, Jason, you're not even really sure what hit you, but from another direction, something fiery just blasts your whole body. Make me a saving throw, please.
Come on, let's make one of these.
20.
Yeah,
please.
that's a 3. That's going to be a fail.
What'd you roll?
3.
3? Take 37, please.
Oh! Whoa! That is not a ninja's playhouse.
Rain, you're doing that, and you just see Cabra's body just buffeted around by something. You don't know what it is, Cabra. You hear somebody giggling, like a human giggle, like a male. And then I need you to take some more damage, please.
No.
12. Take 16 more, please. Something hits you in the middle of the back, and you feel like a dagger stick into your ribs. And through this fog of color and everything, you see this armored figure starting to march towards you. Okay, now the rest of the group. You see this bright blast of color. Kavra's in the room. You hear her cry out. It's this muffled sound through the membrane and through this color, this blinding bright color. What will you do? You're the one that's in range right now to do something, Ray, because now you're around the corner and you have made it to the membrane.
Okay.
Vesper, you're back there right behind her. Minya's safe and sound where she's at.
Yes.
Guys, see that different color.
Roll me a 20. Roll me a 20. I'll let you know if you do. You may not actually have seen it.
Rolled 4?
Yeah.
A 4 you rolled?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually see a bright light kind of explode for a second and stop. And actually, you're back there with the rope. You see the rope kind of start to jerk around a little bit.
Okay, I'm going to start moving up.
Okay. So
You're moving up?
You take your breath and you get in the water?
Yep.
Okay.
My intention is I feel that somebody needs to dispel magic.
Okay.
I'm pulling myself through the membrane.
Okay. This is what you see as you get through there, the membrane. You see Kavra is on fire. Down on one knee, there is a figure behind her that is wearing dark robes and has a dagger in her back. There's an armored figure that is running towards her with a sword that's about ready to blast her with its sword. There's a creature in the corner, in the two corners. There's one of them that's wearing robes in both corners of the room as well. And now you can see all four of them. I'm going to move Kavra into the room a little bit deeper so you can see where everything is. 2. Where's my 2? There we go. And right there. You bust into the room. What are you going to do?
Okay. I'm going to send my rope of entanglement at the dark robed figure with the dagger.
Okay. You loose your rope of entanglement. You loose the ring of entanglement. It wraps around one of his legs, and it seems to slide off of him like it's not grabbing him. He looks back at you. He yells something. We've got company in common.
Interesting.
Okay. Meanwhile, Vesper, what are you going to do?
What am I aware of since I was around the corner?
Blasting lights. All of a sudden, you saw Rain go swimming through the membrane as fast as she could. You can see motion, light going in there. You're around the corner now, but you, unfortunately, would have to fight through her. Or you could swim above her and drop in there, kind of. But it would just become a huge clusterama in there. People on top of each other in that doorway. By the way, you're holding your breath still. Keep that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, you know what? And I can't see anybody really at this point, right?
Right, that's correct.
Okay. I'm gonna hold. My constitution is decent. I'm gonna hold for 1 round.
Okay, you hold
to
for
see
1 round.
if anything will clear and I can move in. Otherwise, I may just try and bust in.
Cover, please roll me a 20 right now.
14.
Okay, that is a make for you. All right, the dazing thing seems to be off. You see all this happening in the room. The first thing you see when the dazing goes away is this robed figure. You can see a little bit of armor underneath it with a sword. It's a woman come running at you. She looks like she's about to blast you with it. What are you going to do?
Defend myself.
Roll me your attack then. 220s, please.
All right. So, which number is that? I'm sorry, that's coming at me?
One is your. I'll zoom in if you can't see it.
No, well, I'm just trying to keep track of which is which.
The 1 is the fighter. So, your 2 is your backstabber.
Right. Okay. And then
3 was the one that hit you with the color spray, and you suspect that 4 was the one that hit you with that cone of fire.
Is it too late to move past number 1, or do I have to?
No, you can actually move past them if you want to. You can run.
Yeah, I'm heading for number 4.
Okay, you're running towards 4. That will give that one shot at you as you move past, though. Okay,
all right.
You go barreling past it, and you can kind of get the suspicion that they weren't expecting you to do that. You thought that they were going to fall back. So the 1 is going to attack you.
Always forward, never back.
Right. Mm-hmm. Kavra, that's a hit.
So I do believe I got a benefit from the chat, and I do believe my AC is improved by 2.
Yeah, that would have been a hit anyway.
Just throwing it out there.
Okay. Take 13.
All right.
The sword hits you on the side. It's a long sword. It's kind of crackling and glowing with this black energy. Hits you in the side. You hear the banded male just scream underneath the weight of the blast. You feel something in your ribs crack. It's starting to get hard to breathe for a second, but you're in the corner of the room. This guy that's in the corner of the room is wearing robes. His hair, he's got long hair pulled back by a single band. He's got a wand in his hand. He looks a little bit scared that you're on his face. You jumped into the room, Steve, and you're behind this number 2. I need you to roll me a 6-sider right now.
So do I get my swings at the caster?
No, that was just your move.
I got a 6.
Okay. Just below you. Okay, go ahead. Your turn. What are you going to do?
Okay, the rope of entanglement did not do anything.
It did not. It just kind of slid around him, it looked like.
Okay. I'm going to fire a javelin of lightning at this thing's face.
Number 1 is also in the path of a lightning stroke.
Good.
Keep that in mind. So you're going to be able to attack them both. Roll me a 20, please. Actually, I take that back. That's a non-20 roll. So I have 2 saves to make right now. That is a miss. That's 2 misses. Okay, so that's 20 points of damage for both of them. Okay, the lightning bolt. Kavra, in the room, you can see the whole room from behind you brilliantly light up. In your hand, the javelin becomes this long shaft of brilliant light. You hurl it through the air, and it turns into this pillar of electricity. The whole air, Kavra, you can feel the banded mail, the metal, it starts to tingle around you. Your teeth, you can feel it starting to tingle. Your hair kind of stands on end. This lightning stroke, for a moment, the whole room becomes like the sun, bright as the sun, as it runs right through the number 2, this character. You see part of its robes catch on fire. He screams out in pain. Hits number 1. Number 1 staggers back. Just the brilliant blast of light as you bring that lightning bolt in there. Neither one of them drops. Please tell me if you were going to continue to move on into the area forward, or what?
Yes.
What kind of movement you're going to have? Okay, you staggered back number 1. Number 2 here is also staggered. That's fog of war. Number 2 is staggered back heavily as well.
Okay. I am not running into the room. I am moving to one side because I'm assuming I've got party mates behind me.
Yeah, that would be a good assumption to make.
Mm-hmm.
So you go ahead and you do that. It's your turn right now, Vesper. Minya, let me address Minya, though, first. Vesper, you can feel kind of a presence behind you. Now you know that Minya is joining the crew, at least. But at the same time, she is definitely... there's nowhere really for her to go. Minya, as you go forward, you kind of feel Vesper up ahead of you. That sense of presence there, but there's really nowhere to go right now. Please tell me what you're going. Please tell me what you're going to do, Vesper.
Am I positioned to step through the membrane at this point?
Yes, you are, and I'm going to put everybody right now where everybody is. So just give me a moment here. Go ahead and you do that. Let me move him here. 2.
Did 2 get blasted back by the...
Yes, so I moved them back for that, too. Okay, so you go ahead and you do that. The number 2 is on fire, as I mentioned. You go ahead and you push through the membrane, which means that you actually drop ahead of where the number 2 is, Vesper, which is right here. Minya, are you going to follow in as well?
Yep.
Minya follows in right over there past the membrane. So you guys have him sandwiched in between you with nowhere to go. Vesper, what are you going to do? Now you're in the dry area.
I'm going to basically turn to the warrior-looking one that seems to be very hostile towards us.
Yes.
I'm going to take a shot on him.
Okay.
If I could still take a shot.
Roll me 2 20s, please.
I'm going to be using a very special arrow in that first shot.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Roll me a 2 20s, please.
Are you kidding? It went from a 20 to a 2.
Are you kidding me? Okay.
I am not kidding you. Can
Okay.
I use one of Todd's special ones? Yeah, this is going to be terrible. I'm assuming it's going to be AC 3 and
That's
AC 5?
a miss. Goes clear over the head, hits the wall, breaks. Next attack.
Yeah, they're both low.
Okay, the other one misses as well.
Rolls.
Okay. Hey, thanks for the cheer, Store. We appreciate it. Now it's their turn. What are we going to do here? Okay. The one in the bottom corner of the room begins to move their hands in a fashion as if they're casting a spell. The one in the north side, the north corner of it, that sees you coming at him, unloads with the wand again. And you see this cone of fire rush out of it, which is going to hit Kavra, Rain, and Vesper. I need all 3 of you to make me a saving throw.
I have a ring of fire resistance on.
Oh, hold on for a second. We have just gotten a kiss of Istis for all 3 of you. Kavra, Rain, and Minya. So you guys actually get a maximized roll. Would you like to use it right now for a 20?
I would have liked to use it for my shot. I just missed.
Well, in that case, we're going to roll that back a little bit. That is a hit, then, Vesper, with your first shot.
That was the arrow slaying mammal.
Please roll me a d6.
It'll be 3. It should be doubled for close range. 6.
Man, you really saved their asses just now, Mark. You see that Vesper, the arrow hits, and she turns around, and she looks at you for a second, confused for a second. She just grabs her neck. You just see blood start to come out of the corner of her mouth, the corner of her ears, her nose, and she just staggers and drops to the ground like she can't even believe what happened to her. She's laying there in this pool of blood in the middle of the room. Okay, so she's down and dead. That does nothing for the other guy, though, that's in the corner. It's going to unleash his wand. So, I need a save from Vesper. I need a save from Vesper, Kavra, and Rain.
Okay. I have a Ring of Fire resistance on, and I'm going to use a normal saving throw, not my
Yes,
max.
Go ahead. All three you save. What do you got?
I'm going to use the
Maximize roll? Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to make a difference, but I'm going to use it.
Okay. You, Kavra, take 12.
Nope.
That would be 12, 24. You take 12 hit points of damage.
All right. So
Vesper,
11.
did you save or not?
I will take it like a man, give it all. I failed.
Take 24. Rain.
I got an 11, and I'm +2 versus fire and lightning, and I'm wearing a Ring of Fire resistance.
Take
so I don't know
6.
how you want to. Okay.
Take 6. Okay.
So,
Vesper, you are on fire right now. Kavra, you what you want to do?
well, I am at 0.
Okay.
Exactly.
Kavra, you are still moving though right now. You can actually, your particular half orc fighter, you can operate right now for this round before you drop.
All right.
But
Then
there's one more person from their team that needs to attack, and that's their number 2, and he is actually going to backstab Vesper. Vesper. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. Okay.
The 1? That would be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take 22, Vesper. Vesper, take 22.
Right.
You feel, and also make me a saving throw.
Oh man, we're in trouble.
Hey, Carlos.
Yes.
So, looks like I just got thrown some healing.
Oh my gosh, what are you guys doing? I got these guys on the ropes. Okay.
And then Mark's saying something about the kiss maxing 3 rolls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it does max 3 rolls. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So anyway, hold on. Let me get you your healing first. You guys, the crowd is got you their. I rolled
You
a.
max your healing.
I rolled. I just don't bother. I just rolled max healing, so that's 9 back for you,
Nice.
Kavra.
All right.
Vesper, what are you going to do now with that save? You said you failed.
No, I hadn't actually rolled the save yet, but it looks like I got the Kiss Max the next 3 rolls for Vesper. Yeah, I'll take the max save.
Okay. You are not poisoned, but you do take that 22.
Yeah.
You can feel that blade slide in through your ribs, through the armor. You can feel you're having a hard time breathing. You're pretty sure you've got internal bleeding. It's just, you're cold all over. Terrible feeling. Now it's your turn. And Minya, you are in the room now if you want to be. Do you want to be?
Whose turn?
It will be yours first, Kavra, but I have to ask if Minya wants to be in the room or you want to hang outside the barrier still.
No, I would enter the room with.
There's a lot to like about not being in this room right now.
Yeah, no, there's an intention to cast.
Okay, you bust in through the water then. Okay, now Kavra, it's your turn first. Go ahead and make me your attack. You're gonna hit this this purported magic user in the corner that just blasted you with the wand.
Yes.
Okay, roll me 2 20s.
All right. First one. That is an AC negative something or another.
That's a hit.
All right. Minimum damage, 9 points.
Okay, and your second attack?
Second attack. That is AC neg 1. Crap, for only 10 points.
Okay. You hit this guy, the flaming, the fiery halberd hits him once, connects, knocks him back against the wall a little bit. The other one hits him, buffets him over a bit. Every time you hit him, he's wearing a ring, Kavra. It's got a ruby on it, and every time the fire hits him, you see the ring this little bit of fire explodes up out of it. So it's probably why you didn't ace him, you figure, with the fiery weapon that you're using. Okay, Vesper, or no, Rain, your turn. Rain, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to use my max roll to fire an atlatl.
Okay.
Regular javelin over at the guy in spell motions, number 3.
Okay, I'm going to take out the fighter that you killed in the middle of the room. That's a body laying there. You use the addle. You go ahead and you throw it through the air, and it is it's again. You just fired a lightning bolt, but it's like a lightning bolt because of the viciousness of the blast. So go ahead and you just make me a 6-sider, please, for damage.
My point was merely to disrupt the spell. 3.
And that is a hit. And you see the character there is a female. She just kind of growls as she moves her hands. You hit her in the arm. She screams out in pain just because of a wisps out of her hand.
Good.
The magic does. Okay. Next would be Vesper.
All right. This is my intent. I'm going to take a step over. Being that the warrior died, I'm assuming the arrow is retrievable.
Okay, it is.
I pull it out. I turn and fire on the rogue using my maximum roll to hit.
Okay. You turn around and you fire at him.
Yep.
Vesper, first of all, let me move you into the middle of the room. By the way, you have been given a gift, Rain. You can look at it on the screen if you want. Vesper moves in the middle of the room. You're standing over the dead body of the one creature. Now, you know that an arrow of slaying is expended its magic, right, when it hits somebody.
Oh, is it? Okay. Never mind then. I would take a step over and then just light up number 2 then.
Okay, roll me two 20s, please.
2? Do I get 3 shots?
Yeah. Well, I thought you moved with the 1. So.
Oh, okay. Yes, then I will do that.
Okay.
Take 1 step back and shoot 2. My God, can I roll anything worse? -1 and 0.
That is a hit and a hit barely. Okay.
Awesome.
Roll me 2 6s for damage.
All right. He's going to take 16 points total. 2 hits. And if he's still up, make some saves.
Yep. First one I failed on that thing. Okay. So you go ahead and you hit him. The first save, he fails it. Instantly, all around Vinya, you're looking right at him in his face. He erupts in this greenish, licking fire all around you. You recognize a fairy fire right away. The second one hits him, and how much damage did it do?
Actually, sorry, Carlos, if it's okay, I had the 2 rolls to maximize. Could I just use them to maximize the damage?
Yes, you can.
Okay, because that would be 12 plus. I would do. Sorry.
I see
12, 24. That would be 30 total between 2 hits.
I see it right now. Thank you, Mark. The shots, go ahead. You hit him, Vesper. One of them rips right through his chest. You hear the Minya, you see it here. The breastbone breaks and the arrowhead is sticking out through his chest. He tries to open his mouth and one comes out through the side of his face and he drops to the ground right at your feet. Minya, it's your turn.
Thank you, Mark. You're the best.
I hate you, Mark.
Awesome.
I had him on the ropes.
What is Kiss of Justice?
Kiss of Justice is a maximized 3 rolls.
Okay.
And there's another one.
Pandor's Mercy?
Well, Pandor's Mercy is the healing, which I think I have I have at least one of those pending.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Wink of Red's Eye is what you're thinking of. That's a +1 bonus, general bonus for the party.
Okay.
She's a goddess of adventurers and luck for Greyhawk. Minya, your turn. What are you going to do?
So number 3 in the corner.
Yep.
His description again.
It's a her, and she's kind of wearing these black robes. She has every time she's moving her hands, there's these shadowy movements all around her. Kind of got blondish hair, dirty blondish hair.
So I'm going to target her with Charm Monster.
Oh boy. I don't think I have. That is a really good spell to use against her. I hate you. Okay. All right, go ahead. You go ahead and you cast that on her. You're starting to make the moves to cast. Now it's their turn. The magic user opens up one more time in the room with the wand of fire. That is a catch of all three of you again.
So before you roll that, Carlos, can I get my couple of hit point rolls?
Yes, you can. Hey, Twitchy, thank you very much for the join. You are getting back 7 back, Kavra.
All right, 7 back. All right.
And he opens up with the wand of fire again, and here's what it does. This massive gout of flame opens up into the room. 9, 18. Ooh, that's good. 24. Okay, good. I need saving throws from Vesper, Kavra, Rain.
So I'm going to use
Maximize
the second of my 3 rolls for the nat 20 on that.
Take 12.
Okay, well, still negative.
Yep, okay. Kavra drops the ground on fire. You see her hair on fire. She's going to be dead here soon if you guys don't intervene. Vesper, what was your save?
No, I take that back. I'm not. I apologize.
Okay. Vesper?
You said 24 full, right?
Yep. If you fail.
Yep.
24.
Apparently I can't make a
Rain,
save.
your turn.
13 plus 2, 15,
That's a save.
and my ring of fire.
Take 12. Oh, no, 6. Take 6.
I go down.
You're down, Vesper?
I'm down.
Vesper hits the ground, on fire, burning. The spell comes off. Minya, all of a sudden you see she's got her spell component was these 2 sticks in her hand that she's moving with string attached to them. And you could see the character in the corner, her eyes just kind of go milky for a second, and then she kind of looks around like she can't understand what's happening.
Okay.
Now it is your turn, Kavra.
All right. So I'm going to use my 3rd and final roll for a natural 20 on my first attack.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be a crit, correct?
Right. That's a hit.
So that's double damage, yes?
Yeah, go ahead and roll for your damage.
So 7 plus 8 is 15 times 2 is 30.
You swing this fiery brand through the air. It hits him in the midsection, and his body kind of explodes into embers when you hit him underneath. You just cleave him right in half. Part of his body hits one of the bunk beds. Part of the body hits the other. Just his eyes in shock and bewilderment about what's happened, just laying there, kind of twitching. Vesper is in the middle of the room on fire. The other character is currently charmed. What will you do?
I am casting Protection from Fire on Vesper.
Okay.
And then I'm going to douse him with holy water.
And I'm going to move over and pour the potion of cure serious wounds cure.
Okay.
What is it? The potion of extra healing. Pardon me.
Vesper, you're feeling yourself. You're laying there. Everything's going dark. All you can feel is pain. And then all of a sudden, they're pouring something on you. Kavra's over. You're pulling your head back and throwing a potion down your gullet. That's maximized, so that would be 27 back.
Okay.
Laying there, just your whole body covered in burns. Your hair is missing. Your armor has half of it is burned. Just laying there, just nothing but pain everywhere. But you're alive. In the corner, the woman that was standing there looks over at you, and she comes running over, and she looks over at Minya. Is he going to be okay?
He's going to be fine. What I'd like you to do is lay down, face down.
Oh, okay. How's that going to help? She lays face down.
I think there's going to be a big explosion soon up high. You want to be low, so I'm looking out for you.
Right. Okay. She got her head down. Just waiting for this explosion to happen. Are you going to do something right now, Todd?
Yeah, I'm going to take the wand out and just put it at the back of her head.
Oh, man. What are you going to release?
Sorry.
What are you going to cast with it?
It's going to get a little cold, but kind of cold. I'm going to angle it so I just...
Rain, you're standing there, and you see this, and all of a sudden this blast of frost comes out of the wand, and then you start to feel this hail hitting you.
Yep.
Of frozen pieces of skull and blood. Snow starts to rain down into the room everywhere, all around. It actually feels pretty good, Vesper. If you didn't know it was frozen blood and bone, it would feel pretty good.
I think this might be a nice room to heal up in.
You guys are all laying around in here. You've not been touched right now, Minya, so you're okay. But the rest of the group is in some sorry shape right now.
Let's find out what these people had.
Start digging around on them.
They must have. I mean, there's bunk beds in each corner. Any other furniture?
Well, the fighter was wearing armor and had a sword.
We'll look at their bodies.
She's wearing a ring.
Mm-hmm.
So Kavra wanders over to the closest bunk bed and just falls into it.
Yeah. Oh my God, that feels good. That feels really good. You're lucky that the bed doesn't catch on fire. But you're laying there.
I get
trying to catch your breath.
Another 4 good berries.
Okay.
Get 4 back. Double my hit points.
Get 4 back, Kavra. You see on the fighter, she's got a shield and armor, plate mail armor. Had a long sword in her hand. Has 2 rings that she wears. Somebody in the crowd just went, "Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow." The magic user that you killed in the corner is wearing bracers and has a cloak on. He's also got, I mentioned his wand, and he's wearing a ring. I think I mentioned that when we were talking about him before. The one that Minya just beheaded, she was wearing bracers and has a ring on as well. And she's got a potion. She's wearing she's wearing 2 rings actually. And finally, the thief that you killed was wearing bracers, and he has a ring as well and a short bow.
I'd like to try those wizard's bracers on if everybody would be all right with that.
Okay.
Yeah, not really in a condition to stop you from doing anything.
Okay.
I'm going to go sit down
Just
next to
lay
Kavra
face down,
and just
Vesper.
offer my last healing potion to Kavra.
Okay. Kavra, last potion of healing. You get back 6 points. The bracers, they're just like normal bracers. They fit just fine. They resize to your arms. It does not feel like they're superior to yours.
Okay.
However, there were 3 sets of people in here that wore bracers. One of them feels equal to yours. The other ones are inferior.
Okay.
Okay. What will the rest of you do? Vesper, actually make me a 6 right now.
1.
Oh, good. Well, you're close enough to it. You see there's a secret door at the back of the room.
I did not say a thing.
Let's hide it. Okay, so you got all this different these items in that they're wearing.
So
you could heal, or you could just sit there.
Did I?
You got 6 points.
6 points back, yeah.
Yeah,
What
I
do
got
you guys
that.
do? Rain, you're the party caller. Tell me what you're going to do.
Rain's going to put on the rogue's ring.
You're going to put on the rogue's ring. Okay.
Yep, the thief's ring.
You put on the rogue's ring, and it's kind of got a chrysoberyl color to it. It's kind of an obsidian band on it. It's a very nice looking ring. Doesn't really do anything right away.
Okay. Hey, Carlos.
Yeah.
I'll kind of, from laying in the bed there, I'll gesture over toward the remains of the wizard, and I think, was it a he or a she?
It was a he.
I think his ring did something against fire.
Mm-hmm. Kavra, roll me a 20 against your intelligence.
All right. Now I'm in trouble. All right.
You're actually pretty smart for a half orc.
Yeah, so that's a 9 versus my 14.
Yeah, you actually pass. He kept saying before he used that wand, he kept saying the word incendo too. You noticed?
Okay.
That.
I'll
You
mention
caught
that.
the command word from it.
Could one of you, I don't know, Minute, can you see, is that ring magical, and would it stop the burning?
Minya?
Yeah, fortunately, I don't have that ability today. We're playing. We're gonna have to play like we did as kids, which is just trying on things and see how it goes.
Oh yeah, my favorite.
That's not gonna. I can tell you these bracers are equal.
Yeah.
Kavra, I don't think it would hurt.
Kavra, you put on the ring.
Sure, why not?
It resizes to your hand.
That's it.
But you also, you put it on, and it resizes to your hand, as I mentioned before. But he's, as you do that, it does kind of soothe the burning a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit.
It's more preventative than post.
It's way more preventative. The horses are already out of the barn.
Yeah. And it's burned to the ground.
Right, exactly. What will you guys do now?
I'm going to recommend that we rest here. I mean,
Yeah.
we're protected from the water side. We're protected by a secret door on this side.
We don't know about.
We don't know about. Well, they had to get in here somehow.
Well, they could have come through the membrane as far. I mean, unless Vesper says something, Kavra is going to assume, especially the condition that she's in, that they just came in through that they come in and out through the membrane. So
And you've got a really, really wonderfully defensible room that we're in.
Well,
it
I
appears
hadn't
that
said
way.
anything yet. I wanted to take a look at it as I was sitting there and just try and figure out, can I tell, does it appear to be well used?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, then I'll point it out and say, this is their in and out.
Yep. And there you go. Vesper points it out. There we go. It's there's definitely a secret door there. And when you look at it, the way that it is, this room isn't defensible at all.
Great.
What will you do?
I am running. It's midnight for me,
Yep.
so I am
I'm almost
about to
done.
turn into a pumpkin here.
I'm almost done.
Okay.
So let's go in.
Did any of these four match the description of Eli?
Not a one of them.
Okay.
However, their robes match the description of searchers, of seekers, I should say.
Okay.
Those guys that work for him.
Are any of the robes still intact?
No.
Okay.
Not enough attack to do anything with it. Are you going to put on any of the other garb before you walk down the hall, before you go through the secret door?
Do they have anything that matches, like, as their seeker thing that would be distinct?
Yes. Now that you mention it and you're looking for it, yeah, the fighter was wearing a ring that has the seeker, it has a sigil on it.
All right. Does each one have some kind of sigil item?
No. Just this one.
All right. Grab the ring.
Did you check out the rogue's bow?
I did not. Did he have a bow?
He did. He had a short bow on him, and you look at it, and it is vastly inferior to yours.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was probably garbage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the arrows you kind of like, though. The arrows have some really nice black fletching on them.
Okay. I will put them in away for potential use.
So you guys go ahead and...
Hey, Carlos.
Yes?
What about the So two things: the long sword that the fighter, whacked me with, and then the plate mail that he was wearing.
The plate mail would never fit you in a million years. The small metal shield would be good, but you fight with a halberd, so that's a two-handed weapon. Now, the sword is interesting because you saw it crackling with black energy when they hit you with it. It might be magical, but you also think it might be evil.
Which?
Is anybody interested in the fire wand?
That looks like something for a mage to use.
Minya?
I would like to take
Fire and ice,
that.
baby. Fire and ice.
That's right.
Freeze them, then blast them into bits.
Okay, Kavra, are you going to take the sword?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to go, or is a group going to go down through the secret door?
We're going to have to if we can't rest here, but...
Did by any chance, and I'm assuming we would have found it, but I'm going to ask, since we had that treasure bonus earlier, is there any chance that the priest type had any scrolls or potions of healing on them?
The priest type... The blessings of Zilchus are upon you. The priest does have a scroll on him.
Sweet.
Which one are you guys the cleric again? I forget.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I think the rogue can try it, right?
The rogue can try it.
Yeah. And being a druid, she might have some knowledge if it's a spell that both druids and clerics have.
You going to give it a shot, Rain?
So she's going to read the title.
The title looks to you like... Roll me a percentage, please, Rain.
Okay.
Or this might not be a bad time to maximize a die roll, too. Just a thought.
I got a 36.
Okay. The title of it is Serious Wounds.
Okay. She will continue to read it and cast it
Whoa. That didn't say cure.
Oh.
Serious wounds, did it?
It did not. It says Serious Wounds.
Oh, well, in that case, I will not.
Okay.
Yeah, maximize it.
Okay. Secret door, yay or nay?
I'm sorry?
Yay or nay on the secret door? You guys got to go through it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't have a choice.
Pass it through the secret door. And I'm going to have Kavra...
I'm taking the ring with me, sorry.
Okay.
Rain is going to explain to the group that she is going to turn invisible.
Okay. Rain, you are invisible now.
Okay, she drank a potion of invisibility.
Yep.
There is also a potion of stone giant strength that she's going to offer to Vesper or Cabra
Ooh, boy.
for this final encounter.
Ooh, boy. Potion of Stone Giant Strength?
Do you need a Capra?
Are you guys going to take it?
Let me look. What is that?
20 is the potion. Stone Giant Strength.
You're like +7, +11.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty.
Yeah, I just don't know how much use I'm going to get out of it with my limited health I have left.
Okay, I'm going to give you my last 7.
Join the club.
Good berries.
7 more points, Kavra. And
All
the
right.
potion.
That's all of our healing.
So your crew is going down this hallway. And as you see this hallway that you look at, it's got those alcoves on the side wall, much like the one that you passed through before.
Hey,
However,
Carla?
this one is not whispering. You don't hear the wind through it. There's no water. Yeah, I'm sorry?
Kavra is going to take 5 of those,
Okay.
but she's going to drop 2 of them into her belt pouch
Okay.
for emergencies.
Okay. You put that in there.
It may be what keeps somebody from just outright dying.
Sounds good to me. The crew continues on forward.
Oh, yeah. One question.
Of course.
You did not mention there was a dagger that slid into Vesper's back, and
I did. I did not mention
It's right here.
because I wrote down that the thief has bracers or
Would you
ring and short
like
bow.
to take it?
Oh yes.
Okay. You have the dagger then as well. Okay. You continue down the hallway,
Yep.
and as you do, you reach its end, which terminates in a short alcove. And there is another alcove just to the east with a statue in it. Statue is of a man that's standing there like a wizard, looking off in the distance very proudly. He's wearing old ancient Seoul outfit, just staring out into the distance.
Okay. I'm going to whisper to the party to wait here.
Okay.
And Invisible Rain is going to nudge her way east down this passageway.
Okay. You nudge your way east, going down the passageway, passing through this area where this statue is.
I will stop and study the statue very low.
The statue at the bottom of it reads, it reads, Great Slorotan, ever my master.
Without touching it, I'm going to visually inspect it for any traps, any wires, any conduits, any pressure plates on the floor in front of it, etc.
Doesn't seem like you see anything.
Okay.
At the end of the hallway, there is a door.
Okay. Rain will listen at the door.
You don't hear anything.
Okay. Rain will check the door for traps.
Percentage, please.
19.
Definitely trapped.
I will try to remove the trap, and I will do a max roll.
I'm curious, do you want to, because I have the ring, so I could slip on the ring. I wonder if that will give us passage.
What? I'm sorry, what ring is it?
The ring off the warrior.
Hmm.
The one with the soul sigil.
Rain, you're looking at this thing. The trap on it is a symbol of some kind, like a magical symbol.
Give it a shot, Vesper. Show your ring. And I'll watch the trap to see if it reacts in some way.
Minya, make me a 20, please. I assume that you're all pretty much going up in that area.
I got a 7.
This is a very powerful magical sigil that's been placed on there. If this thing isn't disconnected, this whole hallway, whatever is in it, it's probably going to be dead.
I'm gonna articulate that in as few words as possible and move out down around the corner of the hallway.
Well,
Okay.
Rain has 2 max rolls left.
Okay.
So she will do the max roll to disarm this trap.
The way to disarm this trap would be to cast a spell magic on it, you're aware.
And I have used mine.
That is correct.
I have a dispel magic. I will move up and is there a roll that's used with that? 'Cause if there is,
No, it is a percentage die roll for that. So please roll me percentages.
Okay.
For shame, as a magic user, that you don't know that. For shame.
I know, terrible. I know. These are 2 dice, and I could max my next 2 rolls. So could I technically max each?
Are you going to max this roll?
Yeah. Here.
You have to.
Yeah, we have to.
The magical symbol disappears, and as it does, you are aware that one was really, really difficult to do. You don't think you could have done it without a max roll. So once again, the legacy of Mark Clover influencing my game. Anyway, so go ahead.
Thank you, Mark.
I've got you guys in basic in this triad here of or this marching order. Please tell me if you want me to change it. The door has been disarmed.
Rain would be in the lead. She's invisible and she's sneaking.
Okay, Rain is in the lead. Rain?
Just in the hallway and all of this, I would have changed into a wolf and changed back. I'm only 4 hit points down.
You're at max.
Might as well max it.
Okay.
That must be nice.
Rain will do the same.
Rain, you gain back 10.
Okay.
Rain, will you open the door, or who will open the door? How are you guys going to approach this situation?
Okay, let's plan this. We're out of Dispel Magics. Those were our recommended device to battle Eli. In fact, if he's behind this door.
I have one on a scroll.
Oh, you do? Okay.
And we still have the anti-magic shell scroll.
Yep.
Yep.
Vesper has... did you get your arrows back?
Got one of your arrows back.
They're dead.
Yeah.
But I got some new arrows.
All right. I am invisible. Cabra, I'm handing you this potion of stone giant strength.
All right.
You gonna down it, Kavra?
Cabra,
No. I'm going to have it in hand and see what happens.
you think I could use your boots?
Whose? What?
You have the freedom of movement boots, correct?
It's a ring.
It's a
Or a ring. Oh, sorry. The ring. I'm just thinking, if this guy is here, I'm willing to bum rush him. And if that keeps me from anything from stopping me to get to him,
Sure. Why not?
Okay. You slip off the ring and give it to Vesper. Who's opening the door, and how are you guys going to address this?
Rain is... so you have none of these arrows of slaying left, Vesper, is that correct?
correct, because if they're expended upon hit, they're both dead.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Minya, get your wands ready. I'm going to go in low. I'm invisible. I'm planning on going into the room, stepping to the side, and if there's a target, my rope of entanglement is going to try to wrap up anyone who's going to blast us with spells.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the
plan. I have very few spells left, so like I said, this is the last creative combat.
Okay, you've got Incendo though, right? You've got this new wand.
Yeah. It's against his religion.
Okay.
It is a little bit weird for you, but okay. Take port in a storm.
So Rain opens the door.
Rain opens the door. I do have that marching order correct, right? That's on the map right now.
I can't tell who. I don't know who's who.
You're at the front.
Yes.
Right behind you is Kavra, who is not stone giant strength. Behind that is Vesper, and behind that is Minya.
The potion is in hand though, ready to drink it.
Got the potion in hand. No.
If I was able to step into the alcove slightly to just in case some lightning bolt ripped down the hallway, I would do that. Just to kind of, but I'm still peeking around the corner.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so you do go ahead and do that. And you're there for the door. Now, do I have this right that you're going to bum rush that door as soon as you open it up? You're charging? Or not?
Sorry. Me?
I have Kavra charging in there.
Oh, okay.
And you're right behind her. Or am I mistaken?
Yeah. No, I'm moving in straight behind Cabra.
Okay, Carver, you are charging in, though. I'm right?
Yeah.
Okay. The door is opened. Throw open the door. This is what you see. Move my fog of war in there. You see a figure inside of the room. The very first thing that you see, he is a man that is with really pale skin, long black hair pulled back into a ponytail. His flesh is a sickly white, and his hands end in these two sets of long black claws. He is looking at you almost like he expected you. Kavra, you're charging into the room. You're going to come up to him to melee, right?
Actually, I'm gonna step to the side and take the potion.
Okay, you're going to step to the side. Which way, left or right? Towards Rain or
to the right?
Okay, you go away from Rain. And you're going to down the potion. That leaves Vesper right there. Vesper, are you charging him?
I will move up, definitely. So, I mean, if it looks like... I mean, my intent is I'm moving up. If he looks like he's making a move, I'm
He looks like
popping that
he's
scroll.
moving his hands in this gesture with these black shadows surrounding them.
Yeah, I will.
By the way, just to let you guys
scroll.
know what you're seeing in the room, the blue mark that you see in the bottom of the room, that is it's a bed. Okay. The brown things are all different types of chests, treasure, or desks. For example, the one at the bottom where is that's a desk. There's an end table next to it and a foot locker at the bottom of the bed. There are two in the top two corners of the room. You can see a pair of bookshelves. And in the alcove back there, there's a very large chest. Okay? The middle of the room, that red mark is a carpet. Okay? Mm-hmm. And you have, what are you going to do, Minya?
I'm going to kind of kneel down, zone in on him, and crack off some Dispel magic.
Okay. So let me do first Vesper because he's the one in there. Now, Vesper, what are you going to do? Are you going to run?
I move up and read the scroll.
You're going to run in there and read the scroll at him?
Yep.
You're going to stay where you're located right now on the map, or are you going to move deeper, or what are you going to do?
No, it's basically next to him.
Okay. So you go and charge in at him.
Yep.
Right? Okay. So you're charging in at him. Let's do some initiative, everybody. Everybody roll me 6s.
Got a 1.
1.
Would you believe I just rolled 2 6s? Anyway. 4, 5. What do you got, Kavra? 1. Okay, Kavra's drinking the potion. Vesper's starting to read the scroll. Minya is reading a scroll. Rain is what? Where are you going to
Rope of entanglement.
Rope of entanglement. You loose the rope of entanglement. It goes flying at him. Okay. The first thing that happens is you guys are all watching this, and you're expecting Tomras to move first, but he doesn't. The first thing that happens is the rug that's underneath Vesper's feet rushes up and starts to tangle around him. Anybody that's read WG5 might remember the accursed carpet. Eli brought it with him. Okay. I need you to make me a saving throw right away.
What about the Ring of Freedom of Movement?
You're going to see in a second.
Okay.
This is not a entangling attack.
Yeah.
Really seems like it.
See in a second.
All right. What am I saving against?
You're going to save against paralyzation, please.
On the nose.
Okay. This thing tries to wrap around you and grab you. It slips right off of your flesh, just like the rope of entanglement did around Eli's legs. Against the thief's legs. It totally tries to grab you. Part of it looks like it's trying to rush down your throat to smother you, but it can't get a hold of you. It can't quite just grab you, Vesper. Okay, the rope of entanglement moves. And it starts to lash itself around Eli's legs. He looks down at it with snarls, just this evil sneer on his face. Meanwhile, Kavra, you drink the potion. Kavra, you guys all see Kavra grow by about a foot. Her muscles stretch all the armor around her. The halberd in your hand feels like a toothpick. Minya, you read the scroll. And as you read it, you see Eli. There wasn't anything around him before, but as you read it, you see this sparkling golden glow, these shadows and everything moving all around him. There's like 5 or 6 different spells moving on him at once, and they all start to twinkle out of existence.
Yeah.
All around him. He looks around like now he looks surprised and maybe a little bit afraid. Okay, now it's his turn. Spell spoiled. Tarwin. Okay, no, actually, I take that back. It is first your turn, Vesper. Please, what are you going to do?
Does the scroll... Am I able to complete the scroll?
Yes, you are able to complete the scroll.
Okay.
Finish reading the scroll. That Minya, you're the only one that can see it around him. There's this twinkling dome in the middle of the room. Beautiful blue lights everywhere in the middle of the room. The anti-magic shell has appeared.
Okay. Excellent.
The rug beneath you, Vesper, immediately falls to the ground. Just like it's dead.
Okay.
Your turn, Rain.
I want to have the rope of entanglement climb up him and seize his wrists.
Okay. You command the rope to do that. What are you going to do, Kavra?
I want to see if I can move around him and be able to reach out and strike him without entering the sphere.
Okay.
So that I don't lose. I realize the halberd will no longer be magical, but I won't lose the strength and such.
You jump up on top of the desk, kind of run across it, and you can reach him from there if you want to hit him with the halberd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please
Then
roll
I
me
will
a
do that.
2 20s.
All right. That is a natural 19, so that's neg at least 13.
Uh-huh. And the other one?
Let's see. The other one will be a neg 1 without the modifications for the stone giant
Oh,
strength.
this is going to be bad. This is going to be really bad. Go ahead and roll me your damage, and that would be, in this particular case, +7 to damage. Oh, no, excuse me. I take that back. It would be +3 to damage for both of you. For what you've got written on your sheet, it'll be +3.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. So that's 17 on one hit and 19 on the second.
Awesome.
Paler's Mercy to Kavra. Kavra, you hit him, and you can feel the grace of the gods upon you. Give yourself another 6 hit points back. You hit him so hard with the first blast, you knock the ponytail loose out of his hair, friggin' black hair everywhere. The second one, you just throw him careening like a lightning bolt across the room. You hit him so hard with that. The rope is all around him, just slams up against the wall. So that was a total of how much damage?
36.
Oh my gosh! Blood coming from every, bleeding from the mouth horribly. He's missing 4 teeth. He's trying to move his hands. He's obviously stunned a little bit. Minya, you can come down the hallway now if you want to.
Yeah, I want to move down the hallway and start casting a spell.
What are you going to start casting?
Slow.
Okay. You're running down the hallway and you're going to start casting slow. Rain, you commanded your rope. What are you going to do in the meantime, Vesper?
I want to take just one step over. Does the orb move?
It does not move.
Okay, then I would just launch on this guy.
Roll me 3 20s, please. I did just lose a buddy.
Let's see. So that's going to be AC 2, AC neg 8.
Oh, goodness.
And AC 1.
That is all 3 hits. Please roll me damage. 3 6-siders.
Alright. He's not giant class by chance, is he?
No, he is not. But you know what is weird? Gnolls are giant class creatures. Maybe that's why you've been cleaving through them like a hot knife through butter.
Are they? Oh man, because
look at Arcana, they reclassed them as giant class.
I did not realize that.
Yep.
20, 22, 28, 3 hits.
Okay. Kavra, you're over there. Rain, Minya, you break into the room. You see the shot. The first one hit him in the shoulder blade. The other one come right through his stomach. And before he could even reach, his wrists are bound. And he started to reach for it. The next one gets him right through the throat. His eyes go wide for a second. And he starts to bleed everywhere. He's trying to mutter something. Blood just pouring out of his mouth. And as it does, it's changing. The blood is turning into water, and it turns into snow that starts raining on the ground. And as he looks at you with his eyes wide, he starts to laugh maniacally, and you just see his body laying there. It's all made of snow.
Oh,
son of a soliloquy.
Yeah.
You didn't really think that you'd hit him on an AC2, did you? Really, Eli Tomarast?
Well, I was kind of wondering.
Eli is laying there, the simulacrum, dead. All around the room, all of his goods there. And that, gentlemen, is where I'm going to end the session for the evening because it's gone a little bit late. I thought I would be able to finish this up in one session, but apparently this is going to be a one more session. Sorry, guys. But, yeah, you guys didn't manage to find the way out of here, so... That is the end of the session for the evening. You guys killed Eli Tomarast, or his simulacrum, I should say. The false Eli Tomarast simulacrum, which is a 9th level magic user. He still does have some magic items on it, but unfortunately, that's not nearly the real one. That's the one that he left in charge of this place when he went through the conduit. But that's another story for another time. Everybody that watched us tonight and chipped in and helped all the player characters, thank you so much. I'm sure the guys appreciate it. I think they would have all been dead twice over if it wasn't for your help. But that's what this is all about. It's all about the fun of it. These guys had a great players as usual, and a great crowd that helped them out. So thank you so much for doing so, everybody. Guys, stick around out there so I can say my goodbyes to you. But thank you so much for tuning again. I'm Carlos A. Slicing, Dungeon Master of To the City of Elder Gods and the World of Greyhawk campaign here, Castle Entertainment. For Jason, for Keith, for Steve, for Todd, you guys have a good evening. See you everybody later.